my boss, Commissioner Bud Selig.
First is a letter from Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig that commemorates Craig's career. The final paragraph reads, "I wish you the best of luck as your playing career comes to an end, and I look forward to our paths crossing in the very near future, and again several years from now in Cooperstown. Sincerely, Alan H. Bud Selig, Baseball Commissioner." Next, to pay tribute to Craig's career, the Astros have put together a gift that features one of the commemorative second bases that we are using on the field during this afternoon's game, along with pictures from Craig's career. Craig, we sincerely hope that this gift reminds you of all the wonderful memories that you have shared with all of us. And finally, Craig, we thank you for being such a wonderful member of our community and for the great work that you've done with the Sunshine Kids. And so, on your behalf, the Astros are proud to donate all of the Astros retro jerseys that the team wore during last night's game to the Sunshine Kids for auction at their anniversary gala next month, along with this check for $3,059. It's $1 for every hit in your career, and we hope to be able to add a few more dollars to that when this game is done. Congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Biggio.
Thank you. Drayton, I want to thank you for your friendship and your leadership for the last 20 years. You've been a great friend and a great guy to have on your staff and be able to be proud to wear the Astro uniform. I want to thank the fans for I love you too. I want to thank the fans for accepting me here in the state of Texas for the last 20 years. People ask me, why do I play the game the way I do? It's because you guys expected the fans. I love you. I'm going to miss you. Thank you very, very much from me and my family.
To catch this afternoon's ceremonial first pitches. All right, whenever y'all are ready. Quinn, ladies first, you're up. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Biggio family. Quinn, Connor, Kevin.
Well, a standing ovation is beginning that won't soon end. It's the final game of Craig Biggio's 20-year career. It gets started when we come back to a sold-out Minute Maid Park. Bill Brown and Jim Deshaies standing by with the call of the game next.
Few players in recent baseball history have exemplified loyalty, leadership, and dedication like Houston Astro legend Craig Biggio.
The intangibles, the leadership, put all that together. I mean, it's Hall of Famer.
As a rookie catcher in 1988, few could foresee the 20 years that would follow. All-star selections at 2 positions, league-leading numbers in games played, runs scored, doubles, and stolen bases. And every one of them wearing only the uniform of the Houston Astros.
He's helped lift our franchise. Craig and Jeff have been the heartbeat of the Houston Astros.
Series, the final game in a career rich with memorable moments. A final chance for the fans of Houston to show their dedication to a player whose every moment between the lines was dedicated to playing the game the right way.
And he will set an example that will be important to us for many years to come.
What a role model for your other players. It'll be hard for him to walk away from the game because I know he loves it so much.
He is Houston Astro Craig Biggio. His final game is next.
I'm going home. I'm going home. If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
That's right. Choose between 0% financing for well-qualified buyers or $3,500 total cash back on the all-new 07 Silverado half-ton crew cab.
See your Texas Chevy dealer.
Jed Clampett, a poor mountaineer barely keeping his family fed, when in the summer of '63 he was shooting at some food, becoming a millionaire overnight. Soon afterward, he loaded up his truck and moved to Beverly Hills.
I was suspicious of this whole Texas tea theory.
A new investigation reveals that in the summer before Jed moved away from there, he switched his car insurance to Geico, saving a substantial sum of money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
A shift has been made. Now power isn't sacrificed to achieve fuel efficiency. And cars that perform great on the road also perform great at the pump. Introducing the 36-mile-per-gallon Nissan Versa, 36-mile-per-gallon Sentra, 35-mile-per-gallon Altima. 3 powerful Nissan sedans with 35 miles per gallon or higher. Lease the 2007 Nissan Sentra for $159 per month. Now, when you think power and fuel efficiency, think Nissan.
This week on FSN Pro Football Preview, get the inside word on all of this week's biggest games. Friday.
Andy. Andrew.
He can't hear you, Dad.
What do you mean he can't hear me? He's right there.
He's televisophoner netting.
What?
Televisophoner netting.
Telefizzy phony whatty?
Televisophoner netting.
Isn't that what I said?
Televisophoner netting, made possible by the Comcast Triple Play upgrade. Add phone and internet to your existing service for just $69 per month. It's Comcastic.
Misty, you look fine.
Rocky, do I have to wear it?
Our customers have to know about our red tag sale.
Then they should listen to this.
Since 1987, Goodson Honda is #1 in sales, and it's red tag time. Buy new Accords for the price of Civics, and Odysseys are only $279 a month. And the 08 Accords are in stock now.
For red tag savings, go Honda, go Goodson.
Nobody beats Goodson deal. I'm Rocky McCullough, and you've got my word on it.
Shop 24/7 at GoodsonHonda.com.
You're watching the Houston Astros baseball on FSN Houston.
It's Atlanta and Houston to decide this 3-game series, and the fans are really stoked. They got here early. They've come to say thank you. They had the pregame ceremonies, and Craig Biggio took the field alone, followed by his teammates. He goes out for career game number 2,850. He's had 10,872 at-bats. And for so many fans today, this 20 years involves emotions on their part. It certainly involves emotions on his part. It should be quite an unusual day here as the fans say goodbye to somebody who has spent 20 years playing for this team and has done so much for so many people. Starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves is brought to you by Subaru. Chipper Jones is going for a batting title. He's hitting third. He's a fraction of a point behind Matt Holliday. Yunel Escobar leads it off at shortstop with Willie Harris in center field. Then it's Chipper Jones, Jeff Francoeur the cleanup man, Scott Thorman at first base, Brandon Jones in left field, the catcher Sammons with Pete Orr at second, and Buddy Carlisle is the pitcher. And Felipe Paulino is on the mound. First pitch hit in the air by Yunel Escobar, and it goes deep to right field for Hunter Pence. One pitch, one out for Paulino, who got his first major league win in his last start. Here's more on him from Rico.
Yeah, he can really light up the radar gun. At times in his career, he's reached triple digits. He's been inconsistent with his breaking pitch, so he needs to find some consistency there. And because of that, he may ultimately find a home in the bullpen in 2008 for the Astros, because he can really bring it.
Willie Harris is next. Harris looks at ball one. 274 for Harris. 2 homers, 32 runs batted in.
I imagine a little extra anxiety for Paulino today, making the start with all the light bulbs and whatnot flashing around here.
This ball hit well. Hunter Pence tracks it deep into right center field. 2 long fly ball outs for Paulino. A good test for him with this big crowd and all the hoopla today. And
yeah, that's what I said. Except light bulbs, obviously not light bulbs, but camera flashes. Yeah, a little, you know, you're big leagues for just a few days to begin with, and then you add all of the emotion and the pomp and circumstance, the pregame ceremonies, a little something extra to deal with.
Baseball was thrown out of play over to the Astros dugout. Now it's Chipper Jones hitting. 339 for Chipper, 29 homers, 102 runs batted in, 2 for 5 in this series. And there's ball one as he goes after a batting title, which would be the first by a Brave since '91 when Terry Pendleton won one. He's hitting 339-21. Matt Holliday of Colorado, the leader, at 339-71. 2-0. Colorado plays later at home against Arizona in a very important game. 3 balls, no strikes to Chipper Jones. Paulino got his first win on Tuesday at Cincinnati, 8-5. He gave up 8 hits and 5 runs in 5 innings. He throws strike one.
He struggled early and then settled in and pitched pretty well for the final 3 innings. Astros were able to come back. He picked up the W.
There's a walk to Chipper Jones. And the Braves have a 2-out base runner for Jeff Francoeur. That's the pitching line. Paulino giving up 4 runs in the 2nd inning. The Astros trailing 5-1, and then the offense rallied to get him the win. After the 2nd inning, he was able to put a stop on the Reds. Jeff Francoeur hit his 19th homer last night. He has 105 runs batted in with a .294 batting average. Number 19 Friday night, rather. And he gets a curveball for ball one. Francoeur, one of those outstanding young players who's come up through the Braves system from right there in Atlanta. And he may be moving to center field next year. Andrew Jones' future with this organization somewhat uncertain right now. He's sitting out all 3 games of this series. And he is beaten up, as Bobby Cox described it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Paulino throws this fastball right by Francoeur, right over the heart of the plate. His fastball's pretty true. He doesn't get a lot of movement on it. So that's why I think he's better suited, at least at this stage of his career, for the bullpen, because I think, you know, even though he's a real hard thrower, to try to go through a good lineup 2 or 3 different times without good movement and without a real good breaking pitch, it's going to be a little tough for him.
That's chopped toward third base, but fouled. On the previous fastball, Paulino beat Francoeur inside. We saw him take the fastball low and outside for the home run to right center field on Friday night. Jeff's hit .421 on this road trip. He's on a 6-game hitting streak right now. And fishes for one in the dirt with a strikeout, ending the top of the 1st inning. No runs, no hits, and a man left. Craig Biggio due up 2nd. 0-0.
Even a full-size luxury SUV designed to embrace the driver should be a statement in refined amenities, optional seating for 8, and technology for everyone. The new QX56. Exclusively with XM satellite radio with XM nav traffic and a complimentary 3-year subscription for both from Infinity.
sure you don't want breakfast?
Nah, I'm not hungry.
All right.
Here we go.
That smells good. Dang it. I'll be right back.
I knew it.
Not hungry, huh? The honey butter chicken biscuit strikes again. A chicken strip on a biscuit with sweet honey butter sauce.
What a burger.
Just like you like it.
Minute Maid Heartwise Orange Juice. Enjoy the pure goodness of nature's oranges and help reduce cholesterol. All in the same glass. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute. New Minute Maid Active Orange Juice. Nature's pure goodness and our own special touch. Added glucosamine to help protect healthy joints. Stay healthy, stay active. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute.
Houston Astros baseball on FSN Houston is brought to you by Bud Light, by your Texas Ford dealers, by Jack in the Box, and by Subaru. 0-0 as the Astros come up now in the bottom of the first inning. Josh Anderson leads it off for Cecil Cooper. And the starting lineup is brought to you by Subaru. It's Anderson in center field. Craig Biggio is the second baseman. Lance Berkman playing first base today with Carlos Lee in left field. Hunter Pence is the right fielder with Mark Loretta the shortstop. He's on a 14-game hitting streak. Ty Wigginton's at third base. Brad Ausmus the catcher for Felipe Paulino. And the first pitch from Buddy Carlisle is ball one to Anderson. Anderson on a 4-game hitting streak at .365 with 11 runs batted in. Fastball fouled away, and it's 1-1 for Buddy Carlisle, who's won 8 and lost 6. Josh Anderson with 2 hits and 8 at-bats in this series, and a very good first month as a major leaguer. He had hits in 7 consecutive at-bats, September 16th and 17th, including a 5-hit game. Rips that one toward the right field corner. Francoeur over the plate, and Anderson leads off with a single to stretch his hitting streak to 5 games at the end of the season. The Rico scouting report gives you more on Carlisle.
I like to cut his fastball. He's been playing professionally since 1996, but only 43. Today marks his 43rd major league appearance. He hasn't pitched in 2 weeks.
People getting those photos now of Craig Biggio doffing his batting helmet, the dirtiest one in baseball, to this adoring crowd. Another sellout crowd for the Astros. They're 22nd of the year. And Carlisle delivers ball one. Biggio at .251 has 10 homers, 50 runs batted in with 3 hits in this series. Last night he started at catcher and he went 2 for 4, catching 2 innings and then moving to second base. Anderson draws the throw. The crowd standing for this first Biggio at bat of the day.
Well, he's either going to get 3 hits or go deep today. One or the other. It's going to be something big.
You know that. Connor and Cavan, along with Quinn, a part of the pregame festivities, throwing out the first ball. Line drive, left field corner. Why now? It's the final game. Go for 2. And the all-time leading doubles hitter among right-handed batters picks up another one, number 668. What a way to go out.
Fastball about mid-thigh, middle of the plate, and like he has done so many times in his career, he whacks it into the left field corner. How many times have we seen that swing and this finish?
And at age 41, he will not be deterred from running hard all the way up the first baseline and making that left turn. There's ball one to Lance Berkman. 668 2-base hits, 5th on the all-time list. Berkman takes, and it's 2-0 to Lance, who has 102 runs batted in, 34 homers to lead the club, and a .279 batting average, and has homered in this series. He hit a 2-run shot last night in the Astros 3-2 win. The Astros have won 4 of 5. Their record 72-89. They're in 4th place. They were in 6th place and at one point had the worst winning percentage in the National League. 3 balls, no strikes, putting on a little spurt here at the end of the season.
And most players will tell you doesn't matter where you finish if you don't win, but I think it's never fun to finish dead last, so he's been able to avoid that.
Bases loaded on the intentional pass to Berkman. Now it's Carlos Lee.
Buddy Carlisle's in a heap of trouble here. He's allowed 19 home runs this year in 103 innings. He likes to work up in the strike zone with that fastball. He's going to have to be awfully careful here.
Lee at 302 has 32 homers, 117 runs batted in. A career high for him in runs batted in. He leads the club. He also leads the club in hits, total bases, and doubles. Strike 1 to Lee, who's delivered big time in his first year with the Astros. Line shot to left field will score Anderson and Biggio. And it's 2-0 Houston. 119 runs batted in for El Caballo. Rare to see Biggio smiling in the first inning of the game. He may have used Craig Biggio's bat as Craig picked it up. That's why he was smiling out of Carlos Lee. A special touch to the day. And El Caballo does have some fun.
Good thing he didn't break it. Probably planning. He's probably thinking about using a different bat for each AB and then using him for memorabilia or charity or something.
He might be.
Maybe they all ought to use Biggio's bat. It seems to be doing pretty well here today.
Oscar Villarreal already warming up for the Braves as Hunter Pence bats and takes ball 1. 321 for Hunter, 17 homers, 68 runs batted in a fabulous rookie season.
Understandable that Buddy Carlisle wouldn't be sharp here. He hasn't pitched since September 15th. He's a guy that relies on location. He's not overpowering.
2-0.
He may have just gotten squeezed a little bit there too.
Hunter Pence with 243 total bases has the most for an Astros rookie since Joe Morgan's 251 in 1965. Mark Loretta on deck. Here Richmond with a gap in left center field. Extra bases for Pence. Berkman scores. Carlos Lee stopped at third. RBI double Hunter Pence, 3-0. That's his 30th two-base hit, and RBI number 69 ties him with Mitch Molesky's rookie season in 2000.
The annual baseball writers dinner, when they hand out the awards, the voting will be easy this year for club MVP, pitcher of the year, and rookie of the year. Lee, Pence, and Oswalt really standing out in 2007.
Now Mark Loretta. What a finish for Mark, a 14-game hitting streak. There's strike 1, 286, 4 homers, 41 runs batted in. Loretta takes that one low. Mark got the hit and an RBI in the Friday night start at shortstop here. During his 14-game hitting streak, he's been a .417 hitter. Popped up on the right side. Pete Orr back. And Orr takes it in for out number 1. Ty Wigginton bats next. Craig Biggio scored the second run of the inning after a double. The Astros had 2 singles and 2 doubles in the frame, also an intentional walk. Wigginton on a 4-game hitting streak. .287 with the Astros, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. And it's ball 1 upstairs to him. Wigginton has a career high for hits in a season, 152. Bounces it back to the pitcher Carlisle, who throws him out. 2 down. Now Brad Ausmus. This could be conceivably his final game as an Astro. He's undecided about plans for next year. He's open to coming back as a backup catcher. Houston would be high on his list. San Diego might be a consideration too. .236, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in, 1 for 3 in this series. And he'll get an intentional pass. He started last night at second base, then moved behind the plate, going 1 for 3. Bases will be loaded with 2 outs for the pitcher Paulino. Last night was the first time Ausmus had ever started at a position other than catcher. He's played a few innings at shortstop and second base prior to the game last night. Had a routine play and had some fun, he said.
Hey, he had a running dialogue with Adam Everett when there was a man on base. Adam kind of letting him know where to play and what to anticipate. It's fun to watch him on that ground ball because it's kind of a routine 2 hopper, not very sharply hit, but he reacted like it was a BB. He just moved right away.
Put in a good deal of time practicing. Felipe Paulino 0 for 4 as a hitter. What a great time this would be for him to stroke his first major league hit. And he takes ball 1. He's one of the very good young arms assembled from the Astros farm system who could become a factor in next year's club. 1 ball, 1 strike to Paulino. With El Caballo at third base, Hunter Pence at second, and it's Brad Ausmus at first. One and 2 to the 23-year-old Paulino from the Dominican Republic. Paulino pitched at Double-A Corpus Christi this year. He was 6-9 there with a 3.62 ERA. And there's a strikeout for Carlisle, but the Astros parade 9 men to the plate in a 3-run first. On 4 hits, they leave 3. It's 3-0 Houston.
We went around swapping people's vehicles for 1 week. We didn't tell them we were from Ford. We told them it was market research.
I'm trading in my Nissan Armada for this Ford Expedition. Those rear fold-down seats did it for me. When it flips down, it is completely flat, which is a beautiful feature. This is without a doubt my next vehicle.
Now swap your ride and get a Ford Expedition with $1,000 bonus cash for a total of $2,500 cash back. Visit your Texas Ford dealer, home of the...
Houston, the wait is over. The newly refined 2008 Cadillac CTS has arrived at McGinnis Cadillac. Come out and test drive the new 08 CTS or give us a call and let our concierge service bring the CTS to you. And don't forget, it's year-end model closeout at McGinnis. And that means low clearance prices and huge savings on all 07 McGinnis Cadillacs in stock. And McGinnis Hummer has the all-new 2008 H3 for just $299 a month. McGinnis Cadillac Hummer, Katy Freeway at Dairy Ashford, or at McGinnisCars.com.
Success in banking is a lot like baseball. It requires hard work and consistent results. From a winning team, willing to go to bat for you. At Amegy Bank, our lineup includes very competitive rates, a broad array of products and services, and local decision-making. We make sure you have all your bases covered. Large or small, we want to be your bank. Our major league commitment is to be the best darn bank in Texas. Amegy Bank of Texas. VA Bank.
go first. FSN Houston.
All right, the Astros off to an early lead, 3-0 here after one inning at Minute Maid Park. Of course, Craig Biggio's final game, and we are out here in the Crawford boxes, and we got all kinds of Biggio fans here with signs, and we've got some fans that want to wish Craig well and tell him how much they've meant to him and what he means.
Well, Craig, we sure appreciate your efforts and everything. We appreciate your 1,000 hits. And with all your diving catches, you dove into the hearts of thousands of fans. And one's right here, and old and young and old alike. We sure appreciate it.
Just want to thank you for always setting a good example for our kids, to teach them how to play baseball and softball the right way, running through first base hard, even if you think you're not going to get there. Always setting a good example for everybody. Thank you.
And we got one more right here.
Hey, Craig, we just want to thank you for all the years, and it was your doubles that got me. You always legged them out, you hustled them out, and we're glad to see you got one this morning. I'm here for your home run ball, bud.
All right, Craig Biggio having the respect of all the fans. I actually have a letter here from Nathan that I will be bringing down to Craig after the game, thanking him for his 20 years. Guys?
Very nice, Patty. Thank you. Scott Thorman takes, and it's strike one as Biggio's at second base for the second inning. The Astros leading 3-0. And he was a big part of that 3-run first. Paulino with the off-speed pitch goes to a 1-1 count on Thorman, the first baseman with a .218 average. 11 homers, 38 runs batted in. 36 runs batted in. And it's 2-1.
It's interesting the comments that the fans had about Biggio and the way he played the game, because we talk about what a role model he's been for young players coming into the Astro clubhouse. But you kind of forget about the role model he's been for all the young players in the area, and how there's a story in the paper today how Little League coaches say, hey, it makes my job a lot easier because I just tell my kids, do what Biggio does.
Thorman takes the leadoff walk. That's the second for Paulino. And Brandon Jones comes up next. Jones has his first major league hit in this series. He's driven in 4 for the season. Greg?
Coming up later on the Dodge Texas Truck Stop, you'll hear Adam Everett tells us who is the all-time greatest Astro. Stay tuned. I just have a hunch. We might know.
Okay. Paulino, one of 5 rookie starting pitchers used by the Astros this year. Gets a foul ball out of play. There's strike one with Clint Sammons, the catcher, on deck. Brandon Jones has had a chance to get his first major league hit, drive in 4, 3 of them in this series. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Marlins got 7 in the first at New York. They lead the Mets 7-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They got all 7 off Tom Glavine, who went 1/3 of an inning. Dontrell Willis pitching for Florida. It's 1-2.
Boy, what a turnaround after the big blowout win, the near no-hitter by John Maine yesterday for the Mets, and then the Phillies lose to pull the Mets even. And they get ambushed like that in the first. They must be just crushed at Shea Stadium right now.
In tight, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now the Phillies lead 1-0 at home in the bottom of the 3rd over Washington as they try to capitalize on what would seem to be an opening. With the NL East wide open up for grabs on the final day. And a chance of a 1-game playoff tomorrow night in Philadelphia.
I was pulling for all 4 teams to finish with identical records.
Yeah.
A Padre loss, a Colorado win, Mets and Phillies both winning. You'd have 4 teams with identical records. Would have created some crazy scenarios.
A strikeout for Paulino gets him out number 1 of the inning. That's his 2nd K of the day.
Both coming on that breaking pitch. He throws a little bit of a loopy curveball, then a hard slider. And we talked earlier about the fact that his breaking pitch is inconsistent, but when he gets on top of it, it's a very good pitch. Brad Ausmus, talking before the game, said, you know, his slider is a strikeout pitch. He's got a good one. It's just he's a little bit inconsistent with it. So that's the key. If he can maintain some level of consistency with that breaking ball, and then maybe mix in a little bit of a changeup to go along with the 98-mile-an-hour heater, then you've got a real legit starting pitcher.
Clint Sammons smacks a ground ball at Mark Loretta to Craig Biggio, and why not a double play today as well for number 7. He's giving us a little bit of everything so far in the first inning and a half. It's 3-0 Astros.
When you need your truck to work as hard as you do and play even harder, there's no room for second guesses. Toyota Tacoma, legendary for rugged dependability. And with your choice on how to save, there's no second-guessing Toyota value. Get $500 cash back on a new 07 Tacoma Access cab or double cab. Or lease a new double cab for $269 a month for 36 months with $1669 due. Hurry, these big deals won't last long at your Toyota dealer.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Nitro with 20-inch wheels, a powerful 260-horsepower V6 engine, and packed with exclusive one-of-a-kind features like available load and go. Careful, it's loaded. It's the final days of the Dodge model year-end clearance, and now during a special 72-hour event, get no extra charge lube, oil, and filter changes for up to 36 months, the lifetime powertrain warranty, and up to a $1,500 cash allowance on 2007 Nitro. Hurry, it all ends October 1st.
It comes from stadium stairs at 5 in the morning. From suicides to your lungs scream uncle. And two-a-days when it's hot enough to fry an egg on your forehead. It's sweat. And there's more to sweat than just water. No wonder, no water, no flavored water, no other sports drink on the planet helps put back what sweat takes out better than Gatorade.
I went to college, I played football, I did all of that, and I still got my degree a year later. So I'm more proud than that than anything.
In My Own Words with Earl Campbell, Monday on FSN Southwest.
Astros lead at 3-0, bottom of the second. The Astros want you to become a 2008 season ticket holder today. As a season ticket holder, you receive many great benefits, such as priority on purchasing the same seats for postseason games, ability to exchange unused tickets, resale of unused tickets, 15% merchandise discount at the shed, and a whole lot more. Get your 2008 season tickets by visiting Astros.com or call 1-800-ASTROS-2 today.
Strike to Josh Anderson, batting for the second time in this game already. The Astros got 3 runs on 4 hits in the first. Anderson led off with a single and scored.
Yeah, and he picked out a fastball that was in a little bit and hit it hard to right field. Most of his hits since joining the club have gone the other way, so nice to show that he could hit an inside fastball.
And he foul tips that pitch, a slider for a 1-ball 2-strike count on Anderson. He's demonstrated a lot of things to his credit here in September. Has a .423 on base average. And that's strike 3. Second strikeout for Carlisle. Craig Biggio doubled in the first inning and scored run number 2. He has scored 68 runs this season. And he has been a run-scoring machine in his career. He's the all-time club leader in runs scored. Here's ball 1. He has set many records that will be hard to beat over the years. Two balls, no strikes. Seven-time All-Star. Fouls that one straight back, and the fans right underneath us get a nice trophy from this game.
No negotiation going on.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one to have. There are some smiles down there from the lucky contestant who got that one. Ground ball to short. Escobar just nips him. 2 down.
I like the signs that say things like fans since birth for the person holding it to 20-something-year-old. Fans since nursery school.
Yeah. And he's created so many fans of baseball with his play. It will forever be known as the Biggio-Bagwell era in Houston. Lance Berkman drew an intentional walk in the first inning and came around to score. They strike one. No doubt it will be a different year next year without number 7. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carlisle beat the Astros in Atlanta on August 1st. Got a lot of run support and won that game 12-3. Berkman homered off him that day. Chopped wide at first. He had to leave that game with an elbow injury with an 8-2 lead, but got in the 5 innings required. And that's one of his 8 wins. Dirt, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lance Berkman.
I mentioned in the scouting report on Carlisle that he was a journeyman, well-traveled. He's been playing professionally since 1996, 11 or 12 different organizations, a couple of years in Japan.
It's 3-2 now. Carlisle had a big year in '97, going 14-5 at Charleston with a 2.77 ERA. And he strikes out Berkman in a 1-2-3 second inning to keep the score 3-0 Houston after 2.
Introducing the all-new all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza with audio and video inputs, a 170 horsepower engine, and a starting price under 17 grand. The Subaru Impreza, 4 doors, 5 doors, and unlimited possibilities.
The all-new 2008 Subaru Impreza, well equipped at $16,995.
Not letting up, folks, so you might want to get home with those air conditioners.
At the end of a long, hot day, grab the beer that starts out cold and ends up refreshing. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's new Cheesy Beefy Melt. To get seasoned beef, cool sour cream, melty, and even more glorious melty cheese, think outside the bun. There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Congratulations to Craig Biggio. Welcome to the club.
Welcome back. Top half of the 3rd inning. The Astros lead the Atlanta Braves 3-0. Time now to take a peek at our Jack-in-the-Box standings. We'll look at the National League batting race and show you that Chipper Jones is in a heck of a battle with Matt Holliday. Holliday at 340. His percentage points ahead of Chipper Jones, Hanley Ramirez, Chase Utley, and Edgar Renteria round out the top 5. So keep an eye on that. That's a tight one.
That's going to be fun to watch throughout the day. Chipper in his first plate appearance walking in this game. Pete Orr is the second baseman today. He leads it off in the 3rd inning, hitting 194. No homers, 2 runs batted in for Orr. Canadian-born infielder. Balls out for strike 1.
Canadian and your name is Orr, you have to wear number 4 to be able to rush the puck. No relation though with Bobby Orr.
Was optioned to Richmond July 5th and stayed down there for a while. Recalled September 3rd. No balls, 2 strikes on the curveball for Paulino. Or is a type of athlete who can move around and play various positions on the field. That's what he did this year. He lines this one and it's foul. Splintered bat. Part of the bat breaking off and going up the first base line. So it comes back in pieces as he gets another. Berkman made a lunge at it, trying to catch it as the foul line drive sailed by.
Lance made a whale of a play in yesterday's ball game, going to his right on a line drive. It's been in a bit of a defensive zone lately. Seen a lot of really acrobatic plays down there.
And that was on Jeff Bennett's liner in the second inning. This one sails by a diving Berkman.
Right on cue, we got the ball and everything.
Yeah, and he went flying through the air again.
Just didn't quite get it.
That's hit number 1 for the Braves, Orr delivering. And that brings up the pitcher, Carlisle.
Very similar to the play yesterday off Bennett's bat that he was able to get to. This time comes up just a little bit short.
Carlisle has 5 hits and 36 at bats. There's ball 1 as he shows bunt. He's hitting 139. He's driven in 3. Carlisle first reached the big leagues with San Diego in '99. He was back with the Padres in 2000. The next couple of years he was in Japan. He returned and played in the minor leagues. He bunts this one. Ausmus will let Wigginton.
Third base.
Third base was open. Now Ausmus gets over the cover. Coming up later on the Toyota Truck Game Break, find out the latest news about your Houston Astros in the middle of the 7th here on FSN Houston. Orr was at second base. Had he been able to see what was going on with third base uncovered, he might have been able to pop up quickly and run in that direction, but it slid into second. Now it's Yunel Escobar, the batter. He hit a fly ball to right field. The Braves are 4 games behind the co-leaders in the NL East. They're in 3rd place. Unusual finishing spot for them. Strike 1.
Yeah, they're probably not going to get there.
Well, they've won 84 and lost 77. Bobby Cox's club had been in the playoffs 14 consecutive years until last year. Wigginton to his left. Plays it to Berkman. 2 out.
Braves announcing today that their entire coaching staff will return next year.
Cecil Cooper was asked during his media session before the game today if he would have any coaching changes, and he deferred that announcement until later. He said we still have another game to play. Willie Harris, the batter, he flied out to right.
So that basically means yes, that there will be coaching changes.
Sounds like it.
Because I think if everybody were coming back, it would have been announced by now. And that's okay. You know, new manager, that's his prerogative to get people he's comfortable with. Maybe he's had people in mind for years as he's contemplated becoming a major league manager that he's wanted to work with. Same with Ed Wade. You know, anytime you bring somebody new, that's the benefit. You get all their history and experience, people they've worked with.
Takes that one and he's ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Harris hit .342 in the first half of the season. He has cooled off considerably since then. He hit .391 in the month of May. Came up from Richmond at the end of April. Ryan Langerhans was traded to Oakland and he has played quite a bit. 3 balls, no strikes. Nationals got a run in the top of the 4th inning. Phillies 3, Nationals 1 in the middle of the 4th. Jamie Moyer pitching against Jason Bergman. Games in Philadelphia where the fans have been in a frenzy. 3-1. Mets fans have gone the other direction, of course. It's still Florida 7, New York 1. They've played 3 at Shea. There's that Philly score, and we'll watch that for you closely throughout the day. Strike 2. 3-2 to Harris.
Even Tug McGraw would have a hard time promoting. You got to believe it. Shea right now down 7-1.
Sure would.
But they've got a lot of firepower in that lineup. I saw the ad ball 4. FSN pitch tracker says no sir, get back here and hit.
San Diego got 3 in the first at Milwaukee and now leads 3-0 in the home second inning. Giles hit home run number 13.
found his power stroke of late.
Boy. Yeah, he certainly has come alive with some big home runs here in the last week of the season. Fly ball. Carlos Lee back for the third out. No runs a hit and a man stranded. The Astros lead 3-0 in the third.
Born in 1983, Ben Winkler was one of the first Cabbage Patch Kids. But it wouldn't be long before this Cabbage Patch Kid became a Cabbage Patch adult. Like so many child stars before him, Ben was struggling. However, his bad fortune turned around when in 2003, it is believed he switched his car insurance to Geico, netting him much-needed money. Financially secure, he went on to win a celebrity dance competition.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Nitro with 20-inch wheels, a powerful 260 horsepower V6 engine, and packed with exclusive one-of-a-kind features like available load and go. Careful, it's loaded. It's the final days of the Dodge model year-end clearance, and now during a special 72-hour event, get no extra charge lube, oil, and filter changes for up to 36 months, the lifetime powertrain warranty, and up to a $1,500 cash allowance on 2007 Nitro. Hurry, it all ends October 1st.
I am your idea, and I'm huge. Tab me, bind me, stack me, send me round. I'm your big idea. You can't stop this. I'm your biggest idea. And Rico moves me, shows me, sends me. Leaves me behind, but never in a bind. It's the big time. I'm your big idea. And Rico's how we go and go and go.
Go behind the scenes of two-story football programs as Big 12 Live brings you all the excitement leading up to the annual battle in one of the greatest rivalries in college football. Big 12 Live, Red River Rivalry, presented by Chick-fil-A on FSN Southwest.
Bottom of the third, 3-0 Astros on top of the Braves, and I'm down here with Astros owner Drayton McClain. Drayton, you just told me you're sad the season is over, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but can you talk a little bit about the emotion of today being Craig Biggio's last game?
This is a great celebration. Craig has played 20 years, played his entire career for the Houston Astros. That's most unusual in Major League Baseball today, but I'm sad to see his career end. But we're so lucky to have someone like Craig Biggio that's a magnificent player. He's a money player. See the hit he got in the first inning, but he's also a terrific human being.
Can you even put into words what he has meant to this organization over the past 20 years?
He and Jeff Bagwell have been the heartbeat of the Houston franchise for 20 years, and we wouldn't be where we are today without both Craig and Jeff. But we're here to celebrate the completion of Craig's career, 20 years, and just so many great things have happened.
And of course, you mentioned Jeff Bagwell. The Biggio and Bagwell era officially comes to an end today, but as positive as you always are, you're already looking forward, I'm sure.
Well, we still have one of the B's here. Lance Berkman is still here, and so and we have young players like Hunter Pence is coming to bat right now, that they're going to be the future of this franchise.
Okay, Drayton McClain, thank you very much, and we're already looking forward to next year.
Well, I'm excited about the start of the season also. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Patty. Hunter Pence drove in a run with a double in the first inning. There's ball one to him. He has a higher batting average and slugging percentage than any Astros rookie in history. It's 2 balls, no strikes. He is certainly a big part of the plans for 2008 and beyond. Portland, Lee, and Pence hitting 3rd, 4th, 5th quite a few times this September. That gives the Astros plenty of punch.
Yeah, and if they can't settle on a leadoff guy for next year, if they don't, they consider Chris Burke, and in spring training that doesn't work out, or if they don't go out in free agent market or trade and find one, Pence could fill that slot as well. Ideally, I think you'd rather have him in an RBI slot.
The Astros will wind up scoring just a few runs less than they did last year. They're at 723 right now. They scored 735 a year ago. And strikes out. That's number 4 for Carlisle.
As the Major League Baseball season heads into October, don't miss all the Division Series and National League Championship action on TBS and the 2007 World Series and American League Championship action on Fox. Don't forget MLB.com. That's the place to stay up on all of it. Astros.com for Astros specifically.
Mark Loretta lines one to right field. And Loretta takes his hitting streak to 15 games here at the end of the season. His career high 16.
Oh, the pressure that he will be under all offseason, sitting on this hitting streak.
That's right.
He's going to have to go out and find some sandlot games so he can stay hot, keep the streak alive. And that's why he's been so good this year, the ability to stay on the ball and use the whole field.
Nice way to wrap it up for the year. He's support for Ty Wigginton, who grounded out to the pitcher. Strike one to him. There's a guy sitting in the Astros bullpen, Trevor Miller, who is well aware that he could set a major league record if he doesn't do anything today. 1 ball and 1 strike. He has no wins and no losses in 76 appearances. That's a major league record for having no decisions in a season. He does have 1 save. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's got to stay out of this game. Called down for him. No, I'm not available.
We were joking with him before the game today about that. And Dave Raymond, the Astros radio broadcaster, said, well, now, if you do get this record, I want you to be very indecisive with the media after the game.
Will anybody even notice?
No. Wigginton noticed that that was strike 3, and that's the 5th strikeout for Carlisle. It's 3-0 Astros.
Sure you don't want breakfast?
Nah, I'm not hungry.
All right.
Here we go.
That smells good. Dang it. I'll be right back.
I knew it.
Not hungry, huh? The honey butter chicken biscuit strikes again. A chicken strip on a biscuit with sweet honey butter sauce.
What a burger.
Just like you like it.
What's your favorite brand, America?
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet. Free agents, rally monkeys, fantasy leagues, and Chevrolet.
Whoa, wait, what's a rally monkey?
They go together in the good old USA. Face painter, satellite radio, endorsement deals, and Chevrolet.
Chevy, an American revolution. See your Texas Chevy dealer.
We believe small business technology should work as hard as you do. We believe that you're big enough for custom-built solutions. And your computer company should always be there to answer your questions.
How can I help you?
At Dell, we believe in giving you advice, customized technology, and support to do amazing things. Our partnership should never be based solely on what's inside a box. It should be defined by the people who stand behind it. Dell, we believe in small business.
Houston Astros baseball on FSN Houston is being brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers, by Geico Direct, by Rico, and by Pennzoil. It's 3-0. The Astros lead the Braves. Atlanta has 1 hit to Houston's 5. We continue to look around the ballpark at the banners, and some folks are keeping that July date open, whenever it might be, in 2012 for a trip to Cooperstown. It's a nice time to visit that area. Mayor Bill White among those here today. He's wearing that red Biggio shirt. This is the place to be. Chipper Jones walked in the 1st inning. And there's ball 1 to Chipper. Matt Holliday and the Colorado Rockies start later at home against Arizona. Chipper with a bouncer to Lance Berkman on 1 hop. There's the toss to Paulino. It's out number 1.
Closest batting race in National League history, 2003, when Albert Pujols edged out Todd Helton by something like .0022 percentage points.
Well, this one's neck and neck going to the final game. Jeff Francoeur takes, and there's strike one to him. He struck out in the first inning. Brett Tomko is the starter today for San Diego with a 3-0 lead at the end of 2 over Jeff Suppan and the Braves. And if the Padres win, they're in as a wild card team. No balls, 2 strikes. If they lose, it could open Pandora's box. A lot of possibilities. Strikeout for Paulino. That's number 3. Of course, for the Mets trailing by 7-1, not likely they will turn it around, but they could. Aflac trivia time.
Craig Biggio.
Aflac!
Wrong.
That might be part of the answer.
7 active players debuted in '88 besides the aforementioned. Which 3 others played for the Astros?
This was contributed by one of our emailers, and I know who you are, so you can't answer it.
7 players who are still active that started their careers in 1988 happened to pass through Houston.
That's it.
No, that's not
3
it.
of the 7. That's
3 of the 7.
3
of the 7.
Okay, so those 3 should be fairly easy to get.
Well, they should be, theoretically.
It's actually 4, because one included Biggio, so there's 3 others.
Steve Finley is not really active anymore.
No.
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
Well, that's my contribution, boys. You got
All
6
right.
more to go. Let's go.
No, you only have to,
2 more to
name
go.
the ones that played here.
2 more to go.
Or played with Greg.
Center fielder Josh Anderson moves in. Mark Loretta looks back and calls. That's a quick 4th inning for Paulino, who stepped down 6 in a row with a 3-0 lead.
Hey, boss. Do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else.
But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nice try, boss.
Aflac.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Devastation runs rampant with Best Damn Beatdowns and Best Damn Tough Man all week. This week.
All right, which one do we cut? I don't know, man. I'm just a cab driver. Cut the wire. Cab driver? I thought you were down.
Hello? Oh, hey, Jimmy.
Cut the wrong wire. The whole city goes up in smoke.
He did what? With your roommate? That is so skeezy. Oh. You are so beautiful. Stop. No, I don't think you have cankles. You've got great legs.
Corruption. Made possible by the Comcast Triple Play upgrade. Add phone and internet to your existing service for just $69 per month. It's Comcastic.
Misty, you look fine.
Rocky, do I have to wear it?
Our customers have to know about our red tag sale.
Then they should listen to this.
Since 1987, Goodson Honda is #1 in sales, and it's red tag time. Buy new Accords for the price of Civics, and Odysseys are only $279 a month. And the 08 Accords are in stock now.
For red tag savings, go Honda, go Goodson.
Nobody beats Goodson deal. I'm Rocky McCullough, and you've got my word on it.
Shop 24/7 at GoodsonHonda.com.
You're watching FSN Houston, where Astros fans come first.
We give up. 7 active players debuted in '88, which 3 others played for the Astros.
Aflac!
Tom Gordon, Randy Johnson, and Kurt Schilling.
That's right, because a couple people might have thought, what about Clemens? No, debuted in '88. He was already around.
Okay.
It had to be the '88 first year.
That's right. Brad Ausmus leads it off. We have a new right fielder, Matt Diaz, for Jeff Francoeur.
Should have gotten a big unit.
Yeah. Strike one with Diaz in right field. Francoeur leaving after going 0 for 2.
There are 161 of these. The brain tends to get fried a little bit.
Yeah, I won't even ask you to figure out what our final season percentage was because your brain's fried.
Somebody needs to call us at home tomorrow with the Aflac trivia question.
Yes.
We just can't live without it anymore. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the number is 555-7432.
That's right.
PR 549.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know what the beauty of the season ending and not going on the road anymore is?
What's that?
You get to read Shoe in the comic strip in the morning paper every day.
Well, you take time for that anyway.
Yeah, well, you don't get Shoe. Not all the papers around the league have Shoe.
Okay. Brad Oswald steps away. What a great career he's had with the Astros. Part of many big moments. He fought so many fine pitchers here. Fought more games, of course, than anybody in Astros history, and he's done so in such a way that the pitchers love working with him. He's always prepared, and an outstanding example for a young catcher coming up. Fouled away, still 2-2.
Yeah, you could really see him continuing on if he wanted to as a player coach, still capable of going back there and being real solid defensively behind the plate and bringing so much to the table in terms of helping the catchers and the pitchers and the manager.
Bouncing short. Escobar takes care of out number 1. Felipe Paulino's pitching a fine game, has allowed 1 hit through 4.
I guess you wouldn't know where to sit, though, if you were a player coach. Would you sit in first class with the coaches, or would you sit in the back of the plane with the players?
You'd have to be up with the coaches. Got to get that first class treatment.
Yeah. Lou Piniella was a player coach for a while with the Yankees.
Was he?
Yeah.
How did he play?
I don't remember. I just remember that he was a hitting coach while still active.
Lou would have to be in first class, wouldn't he? Paulino chops one to the left side, and Chipper couldn't get it. Here's Escobar with a 1 bounce throw to Scott Thorman, who robs Paulino of his first major league hit.
Yeah, Escobar, perhaps his greatest asset defensively is his arm. He's got good range, great range, but he's got a strong arm. Nice little pick from Thorman on the end, too.
Was.
Not an easy play.
Jesus Alou is the last Astros player coach, says Boots. 2 outs, and it's Josh Anderson who's 1 for 2. He looks at strike 1. He's headed home soon to Eubank, Kentucky. Should be plenty for him to talk about with the townsfolk there. They came up to see him in Cincinnati a few days ago.
Population about 400.
Yeah.
He's already got a street named after him there. Sounds very quaint, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Probably has a little diner on the corner next to the fill-in station. Goes down, hangs out, and talks ball with the boys.
Yeah. Well, you've got to have a place on your street, don't you?
Pressure.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Got his own batting cage. He bought some property back there and had an old kind of garage barn type structure on it. And he built an indoor cage, so that's where he gets his off-season workouts in. He has a brother and a cousin that come over and throw to him. Got a lot of at-bats this year, so he's going to shut it down, take some time off, crank it back up after Thanksgiving.
It's a solid plan. 1-2. Phillies are leading Washington 3-1 after 4. Foreman ranges to his right. Now the feed to the pitcher. Carlisle gets Anderson. In a 1-2-3 4th inning to keep the score 3-0 Houston.
We went around swapping people's vehicles for 1 week. We didn't tell them we were from Ford. We told them it was market research.
I traded my Nissan Murano for the new Ford Edge for 1 week. It has 2 sunroofs. The minute that I hop into the car, I like to just open it up. I think this is a step up for my Murano. I'm very disappointed in returning it. I want to keep it. I'll miss you.
Now swap your ride and get a 2007 Ford Edge for only $299 a month. That's $299 a month. Visit your Texas Ford dealer, home of the best in Texas.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's new Cheesy Beefy Melt. To get seasoned beef, cool sour cream, melty, and even more glorious melty cheese, think outside the bun.
There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Even a full-size luxury SUV, designed to embrace the driver, should be a statement in refined amenities. Optional seating for 8, and technology for everyone. The new QX56. Exclusively with XM satellite radio with XM nav traffic and a complimentary 3-year subscription for both from Infinity.
The Astros are up by 3. We are up in the Coca-Cola Plaza, and again, we've got some fans here celebrating Craig Biggio's final game that have some memories. I want to thank him for his time. Go ahead.
Hi, Craig. Saw you catch your first game as an Astro. Thanks for 20 wonderful years.
You know, I've been watching Biggio since I was 7 years old. I'm now 27. So I wanted to say thank you for all the good years.
And these guys have probably been watching Craig since you were 7 years old, too. Maybe not 20 years, but go ahead. What do you have for Craig?
Thanks for all the memories, Craig Biggio. We'll miss you.
You got anything, little guy? How about thank you?
Thank you, Craig Biggio.
All right, we've got all generations up here thanking Craig Biggio, and he definitely will be missed, guys. Let's send it back to you.
Here's a class act. Cecil Cooper sending Brad Osmus out to his position, replacing him with J.R. Tolles, and now he leaves the field. And these Astros fans show their appreciation for Brad Osmus down through the years. And now Chris Burke will run out to play shortstop, and Mark Loretta get a chance to receive that same recognition. This is a great way to do it as the players are saluted. And it might be, of course, the last game for Osmus here. Could be the last game for Loretta here. Hopefully not. For both.
Well, Brad, obviously, with so much history here, they could move Mark Loretta. But Mark has made a big impression in his short time in Houston. He is such a solid guy.
Well, Mark got the 15-game hitting streak with that single in the third. And now he can pack and head for San Diego, as will Brad Osmus. Jones leading it off, and he fouls it for strike one. Meanwhile, Paulino's pitching a heck of a game through 4. He's given up just 1 single. He now works to a new battery mate, J.R. Tolles, as Brad Osmus gets ready to leave the game. And there's Tolles doing the catching. One ball, 1 strike with Clint Sammons on deck. And then Pete Ordhu to bat third in the Braves' 5th inning.
Now, Brad and Mark aren't back. I don't know who Lance is going to settle in with to do the crossword puzzle. That's the trifecta with the puzzle every day in the clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Northwestern, Dartmouth, and Rice. I don't know why they need to work together, to tell you the truth.
No. 3 balls and a strike.
And then if they really get stuck, they just go ask Bruntlett. He's the real brainiac.
So many great friendships in that clubhouse. So many long-term friendships. Bouncer to Berkman. And the toss to Paulino. 1 out. Clint Sammons bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd inning. Young catcher who came up from Double-A.
Tell you what, Mr. Paulino's pitching a heck of a game here today. Emphasis on the word pitching, because we talked a lot about his arm, but that he's not a real polished pitcher in terms of his ability to locate and set up hitters. But today he has been. Pretty good command of that breaking ball. When they wanted to go upstairs with a high heater, he's been able to do it.
Ball 1 to Salmons, who's 24 years old. 55 pitches, 33 of them strikes for Paulino. Salmons is from Decatur, Georgia. He's a 6th round pick in 2004.
It can be a little disconcerting for a pitcher too when they change catchers mid-game, not just in terms of the game calling, but just looking in there and you see a different guy back there. You're used to looking in for a certain target.
Into left field for a single for Clint Salmons. That's his first major league hit.
Not that you would ever use that as a pitcher as an excuse, but can be. Now the ball will come out of play.
It's only his second at bat in the big leagues. And Salmons got that first hit out of the way.
Down there telling, hey, I'm a 500 career hitter. What about you?
He's only 3,059 behind the Astros second baseman now. And it's Pete Orr, who singled to right field in the 3rd. Yeah, that's the beauty of September, the merging of the players who are about to take their leave and the youngsters just breaking in at the major league level. Strike to Orr.
Let's see what Pitch Tracker had to say. Pitch Tracker thought it was a little bit in.
Kelly Johnson's on deck with a pitcher spot due up next. Bouncer, Biggio tracks it down on a sliding throw and goes to Buckman in time with a quick throw. 2 outs. He just was close range, but getting up from that slide, so he flung it, and Buckman got it on a stretch.
He didn't come out of that slide too smoothly, kind of dug in. Scrambled, got control of the ball, and was able to get the throw there in time.
And now it's Kelly Johnson, the pinch hitter for Buddy Carlisle. Johnson was the second baseman last night, going 1 for 4. He's a .276 hitter with 16 homers, 68 runs batted in. Johnson's had a very good season, especially against the Astros. He had 4 hits and 2 homers and 5 runs batted in one of those games in Atlanta. Johnson looks at strike 1. Carlisle worked 4 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 3 runs. He had 2 walks. They were both intentional, and he struck out 5. Johnson takes it, and it's upstairs for a 1 ball 1 strike count. And Carlisle treated roughly. The first 5 Astros reached base. It's 2 balls and a strike. Johnson started 126 games. He's been on base in 109 of those this year. Pretty consistent year for Kelly Johnson, 45 years old, from Austin, Texas. Had some good plays on Josh Anderson as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson had Tommy John surgery last June. Mike Hampton's traveling with the Braves and planning to pitch some winter ball before coming back next year.
Just a few days ago, we passed the anniversary of Tommy John having Tommy John surgery. How ironic that he would need that surgery. That was named after him.
Arizona and Colorado just getting underway. No score. Bottom of the 1st inning. Yusmeiro Petit is starting that game for the D-backs. They pulled Doug Davis because they've clinched a playoff spot and they want to rest him for the playoffs.
What's on tap with the Astros is brought to you by Bud Light. Well, there's not much on tap for the Astros, but the playoffs start Wednesday. The American League Angels will be at Boston, Yankees at Cleveland. The National League is yet to be determined. Looks like bad news for the Metropolitans, though. They're 8-1 in the 5th.
Yunel Escobar's 0 for 2. If the World Series goes to a 7th game, that would be played on Thursday, November 1st, assuming it doesn't get pushed back by bad weather. Teams that sweep their division series will have 4 full days off before the League Championship Series. And if a team sweeps the NLCS, it will have 8 full days off before the World Series.
That's a little silly. Boy. That's one thing baseball, well, I shouldn't say they need to fix it because baseball is more popular than ever. The numbers are huge, TV ratings are good, but it's just too bad that the most important games have the potential of being played in just miserable conditions. The summer game played in essentially early winter conditions at times in the Northeast and the Midwest for that matter.
Tigers had that long layoff last year before the World Series. Big cut by Escobar, and the count goes to 2-1.
Start the season a few days earlier. Bump it back to 154 game schedule. Mix in a couple double headers. He needs to swing a little harder. I'm just kind of feeling for that ball.
Yeah. Not getting cheated. It's his final day. This one hit to right field. Hunter Pence over toward the line for the grab. Ball runs a hit. 2 men stranded. Paulino keeps the shutout going. 3-0 Houston.
When you start putting titles in front of people's names, responsibility comes with it. So I'm just old Bill, old country boy from Hooks, Texas. If I could help you out, I'd be more than happy to do so.
In my own words, with Billy Sims, Monday on FSN Southwest.
Roll stability control, cornering brake control, patented terrain response. Despite the probability that you won't, the LR2 is designed for the possibility that you will. The all-new 2008 Land Rover LR2, starting at $34,700. Visit your local Land Rover center.
You've seen how they play.
Oh! Albert!
Now see how they live.
Let's go inside.
Visit attblueroom.com/sports for exclusive access into your favorite players' world. You've seen how they play.
Oh! Bud Rodriguez, what's up, baby?
Now see how they live.
This is how he does it, right, senor?
Right. Visit attblueroom.com/sports for exclusive access into your favorite players' worlds.
Meet the Dollar Menionaires. From vintage pleather to McDonald's double cheeseburgers, these folks are all about the Washingtons. Looks like Rachel here has this season's it accessory. No wonder she rolls with such a handsome man entourage.
These people live like money grows on trees. Trees they can't find.
But they have no trouble finding de-luxurious meals on the Dollar menu. Now I'd buy that for $1.
Our Texas Ford Dealers League leaders show you a look at Craig Biggio's all-time rankings. He's 15th in games played, including today, 2,850. He's 20th in hits, 5th in doubles, 2nd in leadoff homers, and number 1 in hit by pitch. And he leads it off here in the home 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 in this game, a double in the 1st inning and a ground out in the 2nd. The Braves bring in right-handed reliever Oscar Villarreal to pitch the 5th. Special day in Houston, Texas. one to Biggio, who sprinted up the first base line.
Shot of that kid we just had is kind of what Biggs looked like when he first came to the big leagues.
Slider makes it 0-2. Well, these people have so many different memories of him since he came to Seton Hall. First round draft choice in 1987, made his major league debut in '88. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. There was a game in St. Louis when they had the old artificial turf there. He had heat exhaustion, but nobody knew it until after the game. Somebody hit a 2-hop grounder to him, and he just missed it. And we couldn't figure out at the time how in the world he could miss that. Line drive to center field. Later discovered he shouldn't have been on the field that day. 1 out.
Well, there's a little bit of a myth out there in that because Craig has played so hard for so long that he's kind of an overachiever. Not really, to the extent that he's a tremendously talented player. I mean, you don't get to the big leagues that quickly unless you're really, really talented. And the thing that makes him such a special player is because there have been a number of guys that have had that kind of ability that have just rested on their ability and allowed them to play to a certain level with their ability and not get every bit out of it. He's taken the kind of the underdog's mentality and coupled it with a very talented player, and just in turn that's why he's going to Cooperstown. Hasn't wasted any bit of it.
Lance Berkman drew an intentional walk in the first. He struck out looking in the second. Fly ball hits for Willie Harrison center. 2 outs for Villarreal. Oscars from Nuevo Leon, Mexico.
The fellow there's wearing a Seton Hall baseball jersey.
The Pirates. Don't see too many of those down here. Now Carlos Lee with a 2-run single, 1 for 2. Upstairs, ball 1 to El Caballo. Villarreal pitched twice in Atlanta against the Astros. He's 2-2 this season with a .430 earned run average. Two balls, no strikes. Always a bittersweet day, the final day of the season. Everybody anxious to get out and get on vacation and be back with the families, but also the end of a 162 game process. Foul back, and a big part of fans' lives when they make that little hole in their day to watch baseball or go out to the ballpark in person or listen on the radio. Now it'll go away as far as the Astros are concerned, but of course many will press on and continue to follow the teams in postseason. And it should be a pretty active winter as far as the Astros front office is concerned in getting ready for next year.
I think it's more bittersweet for the fans than it is for the players. The players, especially at the end of a losing year, are pretty much ready for it to end. So I think there's more sweet than bitter for the players at this stage.
And it's ball 4 to Lee. He takes a 2-out walk. It's walk number 3 for the Braves pitching staff.
The Astros want you to become a 2008 season ticket holder today, and it's very easy. There's also a great deal of benefits. In addition to receiving your seats for every game, you can purchase the same seats for postseason play. You've got that opportunity, the ability to exchange unused tickets, resale of unused tickets, 15% merchandising discount at the Shed, and a whole lot more. 1-800-ASTROS-2 or Astros.com is the play.
There's a smash, and it goes on through the second baseman, Pete Orr. Hunter Tench ripping that ball, and he is credited with a single, as he should be. That ball was really nailed, and he is 2 for 3 in this game.
Kelly Johnson, or Pete Orr, excuse me, may have been screened a little bit by the umpire. certainly, yeah, absolutely. Umpire blocked his view a little bit. Get a good look at it here from the center field camera.
We just got a release about the Astros coaching staff for next season. Chris Burke is the batter up for the first time. 230, 6 homers, 28 runs batted in, 0 for 3 in this series. The Astros announced the coaching staff for next year. Floor manager Cecil Cooper. Announcement made by the general manager Ed Wade. Here's ball 1. Returning to the staff from the present coaching staff, Sean Berry, the hitting coach, first base coach Jose Cruz, and bullpen coach Mark Bailey. AAA Round Rock manager Jackie Moore has been named as bench coach for 2008. And Astros director of pitching development Dewey Robinson will be the pitching coach. Chipper Jones with the force play to Orb to end the 5th inning, and Dave Wallace will not be returning because of family reasons. Moore, after the 5th inning, ends with a 3-0 Houston lead.
We went around swapping people's vehicles for 1 week. We didn't tell them we were from Ford. We told them it was market research.
I came to swap my Toyota Camry for a Ford Fusion. If I had to use one word to describe the Ford Fusion, I would say that it's stylish. It's really elegant inside. It's also sporty from the outside, so I think it really reflects the type of person that I am.
Now swap your ride and get a 2008 Ford Fusion for only $199 a month. That's $199 a month. Visit your Texas Ford dealer, home of the...
In case you didn't know, the secret ingredient is beer. Bennigan's Guinness glazed popcorn shrimp, boneless chicken wings, and beer battered onion rings come together in the new Guinness Maximus appetizer. Eat responsibly at Bennigan's. Thank heaven for Irish cooking schools. Bennigan's Guinness glazed Angus sirloin, grilled chicken breast, and butterfly shrimp come together in the new full Guinness entree. Eat responsibly at Bennigan's.
Success in banking is a lot like baseball. It requires hard work and consistent results.
From a winning team, willing to go to bat for you.
At Amity Bank, our lineup includes very competitive rates, a broad array of products and services, and local decision-making.
We make sure you have all your bases covered.
Large or small, we want to be your bank.
Our major league commitment is to be
the best darn bank in Texas.
Amity Bank of Texas.
VA Bank.
Nothing, top of the 6th. I am here with Patty Biggio, and Patty, we seem to have been talking about emotion all season long. What about today? What's the emotion like for you here today?
Well, it's exciting at one side and very emotional at the other side.
What about for Craig? What was his mood like today?
Well, I think Craig is very emotional today. I think he's sad that it's over, and you know, he's worked really hard, and he's going to miss it a lot. He's going to miss the fans a lot. He's looking at me right now, so I'm going to wave to him out there of me doing the interview.
Oh, and all the things he's looking at, you're certain it's you, right?
I'm sorry?
You're certain he was looking at you from across the room. All right, you're sitting down here. I know you've got a suite upstairs with all your family. Why are you out here?
Because for the last 20 years, this is where I've always sat. I've always never felt comfortable watching a game in a suite. It's not the same feeling, so I want to be where I've been all these years.
All right, I'm not done talking to you, but we better stand up because everybody else is, and they can't see us. What are you going to miss the most, personally?
Watching Craig play. Absolutely. I love watching him play.
What is Craig going to miss the most?
Playing. Absolutely. He loves the game. He loves to play the game. It's all he's done since he was a little kid. So I'm definitely going to miss actually putting the uniform on, playing the game.
What about, did he talk about after the game, whether he'll even make it home tonight at all? Will they have to drag him home, peel off the uniform? What's it going to be like post-game?
Well, he said to me today, he goes, we were talking about it being retirement day, and I said, today I retire, tomorrow carpool.
That's what I was going to ask you next. What's first thing on your honey-do list for him tomorrow?
Well, I think I'll let him rest tomorrow because I think he's going to be here all night and come home in his uniform. I think it's going to be hard for him to take it off. And then after he rests, I got a ton of things for him to do, and he's going to drive carpool and watch our boys play sports, and I think he's going to help coach a little bit my son Connor's football team, so it'll be exciting for him to kind of move from doing this into high school sports, so I think he's going to enjoy that a lot.
All right, and chip away at 20 years worth of honeydew. Thanks so much. We've totally enjoyed it. All right.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Patty. With Patty, we've had changes, as you've seen. And Felipe Paulino misses inside with a 1-1 count now on Willie Harris. Carlos Lee with a nice ovation as he left the game, with Luke Scott going out to take over in left field. And the same nice ovation for Lance Berkman, who gave way to Mike Lamb. Both of them, of course, stopping to pay their respects to number 7 on their way off the field. 2 balls and a strike, and so these fans are getting a chance to not only say farewell to number 7, but also these fine Astros players who have been so good. Bounce to the shortstop. Chris Burke playing it. And it's out number 1. And back to the coaching announcements. We didn't get to all of them. Sean Berry will be back as hitting coach. Jose Cruz will be back at first base. Mark Bailey back in the bullpen. Jackie Moore has been named the bench coach for next year. And Dewey Robinson, who's been the Astros director of pitching development, will be the pitching coach for next year, because Dave Wallace decided not to return because of family reasons. And he may remain with the organization in another capacity next year. Doug Mansolino will not return to the staff. He'll be third base coach. There's strike 1 to Chipper Jones. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. So there will be a vacancy, and interviews will take place in the coming days for that third base coaching vacancy. 1 ball, 1 strike. In addition, Paul Ricciarini, the Astros senior director of player personnel and scouting, will assume different responsibilities within the organization as a part of a restructuring of the team's scouting operation. Smack to center field. Josh Anderson over, and Chipper Jones is 0 for 2 in this game with a walk.
Chipper's running out of at-bats here. You better hope Matt Holliday has a bad day.
Holliday does not have an at-bat yet. He's been to the plate once. Diamondbacks nothing. Rockies nothing. Now it's Matt Diaz. Joey Devine warming up in the bullpen for the Braves as Diaz bats for the first time. Chops at the third. Eric Bartlett with this play. Guns it over to Mike Lamb. And a 1-2-3-6. Quite a day for Felipe Paulino. A 2-hitter through 6 and a 3-0 lead.
We went around swapping people's vehicles for 1 week. We didn't tell them we were from Ford. We told them it was market research.
Sorry, I'm not that loyal to you. I'm swapping my Jeep Liberty for a Ford Escape. Rides very smooth, really good gas mileage. It's a little bit more luxurious. All my friends love it, and my husband wants to get one. Love it. I think we're sold.
Now swap your ride and get a Ford Escape with $1,000 bonus cash. Visit your Texas Ford dealer today. Home of the best in Texas.
My name is Denzel. I had leukemia. I went to the Children's Cancer Hospital at MD Anderson. They know everything about treating cancer. They know how to let kids be kids, even when they have cancer. And if you have a problem taking medical advice from an 11-year-old, trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
New Minute Maid Active Orange Juice. Nature's pure goodness and our own special touch. Added glucosamine to help protect healthy joints. Stay healthy, stay active. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute. New Minute Maid Multivitamin Orange Juice. Enjoy the pure goodness of nature, enhanced with 16 vitamins and minerals. All to help keep healthy bodies healthy. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute.
Bottom of the 6th, Astros 3, Braves no score. Today's Geico quote comes from John Smoltz, reminiscing about Craig Biggio.
My memories with Craig Biggio are great battles. We've played together for our whole careers, 20 years, and it's a guessing game after so many years of being able to know, is he swinging, am I throwing a slider, am I throwing a fastball? He's won some battles, I've won some battles, and we've had just the utmost respect, and I have the utmost respect for Craig Biggio. With all the years that we played against him in the postseason, of course, I don't know if there's another player I've pitched against more than Craig Biggio, so my hat's off to him and a great career, and I'm just so happy for him that this is the way he wants to go out.
There is not. another player that you have faced more, John. Craig Biggio, 104 at-bats lifetime against John Smoltz, more than any other player.
Now Joey Devine takes over on the hill for the Atlanta Braves. He worked 1/3 of an inning Friday night. He's 1-0 with a 1.13 earned run average.
That's just his 10th major league appearance this year. A 1.13 ERA for 8 innings of work. Hard thrower. He's got kind of a funky arm angle and a tight little slider. That's tough on right-handed hitters. And for the record, Biggio, a lifetime .260 hitter against John Smoltz. Well, that's pretty good against his stuff, yeah.
He chews up right-handed batters with that slider especially. Eric Brundlett's up for the first time. As the hard thrower Devine gets set to throw his first pitch. Brundlett's at 248. Brings it in for strike one. Villarreal in 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, no runs, with a walk and no strikeouts. Brundlett has 14 runs batted in. He's had 137 at bats this year. It's no balls, 2 strikes, with J.R. Tolles on deck and the pitcher's spot due up third. Astros have a lefty working in the bullpen. Line foul, and it's still no balls, 2 strikes on Brundlett. It's Ubaldo Jimenez pitching for Colorado against Yusmeiro Petit. No score after 1.5 at Coors Field. Mark McLemore's warming up for Houston. Foul away, and it's still no balls, 2 strikes. San Diego 4, Milwaukee 2, middle of the 5th inning. Tony Gwynn Jr. spoiled the day for the Padres yesterday. A pinch RBI triple with 2 outs in the 9th off Trevor Hoffman. That game to extra innings. Fly ball to left field. Brandon Jones handles out number 1. J.R. Tolles just had a fine month of September. 359, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in, 14 hits and 39 at bats. He's going to be a player to be watched next year. There's ball 1 to JR. This has been a very good concluding weekend for a lot of players. Brandon Backey went out with a solid start last night, winning the game 3-2. He's put some good starts together here at the end of the season. Foul back into the upper deck. 1 ball, 1 strike, and with Tolles and Anderson, the way they've played here in the month of September, that gives you a look into the future. A couple of young position players who might be able to claim some major league playing time next year. Two balls and a strike. Leo Green hit his 27th home run for the Padres in that 4-2 game in the 5th inning with San Diego leading. Corey Hart hit number 24 for the Brewers. Three balls and a strike to J.R. Tolles. The Mets are getting pummeled 8-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning by Florida. Dontrelle Willis started, but he's no longer in there. Cincinnati's beating the Cubs 8-4, bottom of the 8th. Joey Votto hit his 4th home run. Alfonso Soriano belted his 33rd. He's had a huge September. Shot into center field. Gets Tolles to first base. That's hit number 7 by an Astro.
Alfonso Soriano, I think that's his 13th or 14th home run this month. It's his 7th leadoff home run this month. That's a major league record. J.R. Tolles, Charlie Brown's Joey Devine. Just about. Just a quick bat there.
Roger McDowell at the mound. Devine is leaving. The pinch hitter Orlando Palmeiro has been announced. And the Braves are going to make a move right here. As Palmeiro comes up with 1 out and 1 on, they'll go with lefty Royce Ring in just a moment with Houston leading at 3-0.
what's your favorite brand, America?
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet. Free agents, rally monkeys, fantasy leagues, and Chevrolet.
Whoa, wait, what's a rally monkey?
They go together in the good old USA. Face painter, satellite radio, endorsement deals, and Chevrolet.
Chevy, an American revolution.
See your Texas Chevy dealer.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's new Cheesy Beefy Melt. To get seasoned beef, cool sour cream, melty, and even more glorious melty cheese, think outside the bun.
There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
A shift has been made. Now power isn't sacrificed to achieve fuel efficiency. And cars that perform great on the road also perform great at the pump. Introducing the 36-mile-per-gallon Nissan Versa, 36-mile-per-gallon Sentra, 35-mile-per-gallon Altima. 3 powerful Nissan sedans with 35 miles per gallon or higher. Lease the 2007 Nissan Sentra for $159 per month. Now, when you think power and fuel efficiency, think Nissan.
Astros lead at 3-0. To honor Craig Biggio, Louisville Slugger, the official bat of Major League Baseball, has released the Craig Biggio Retirement Full-Size Bat. Now, this bat features a laser-engraved photo of Craig, his complete career statistics, and the Astros team logo. Only 5,000 being produced. They're numbered, too, so place your order now. To purchase, call the number on the screen or order it through BigTimeBats.com. It sells for $129.95 plus shipping, a limited number, so order your bat now.
Now Orlando Palmeiro is the pinch hitter for Felipe Paulino, and it's Royce Ring in the game. Ring throwing ball 1. The runner goes to second, and the throw in time. Gets J.R. Tolles for out number 2. A 2-6 play. Not caught stealing. The pitch was in the dirt, and Sammons picked it up and gunned him down.
That's the reputation of Sammons. Very good defensive catcher with a strong arm. A little bit of the hesitation by JR before he broke, and it cost him.
Two outs now, and the next one came in from Royce Ring to Palmeiro. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Orlando has 15 pinch hits in 71 at-bats. Now it's 2-1. He's at the end of his contract and would like to play again next year. Several players in that situation in the Astros clubhouse. Trevor Miller included. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Orlando Palmeiro. He's 9th on the all-time pinch hit list with 120. Mark Sweeney, the only other active player who has more. Number 1, nope, he didn't get it, as Orr got back, and that's out number 3 in the 6th inning. No runs a hit, nobody left, and after 6, it's 3-0 Houston.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
That's right. Choose between 0% financing for well-qualified buyers or $3,500 total cash back on the all-new 07 Silverado half-ton crew cab.
See your Texas Chevy dealer.
Always dreamt of living in the hills? Now you can with Comcast's back-to-school student bundle. Enroll now to enter the Hills VIP sweepstakes for your chance to live it up like LC in LA. You can win a trip for 2 and get your Hills adventure broadcast on demand for the world to see. Plus, as a Comcast customer, you get free VIP access to an exclusive virtual Hills event. Don't just watch the Hills on Monday nights, live it. Find out more now at www.studentbundle.com.
This Titan from Tom Peacock Nissan has 317 horsepower, tows 9,500 pounds. That's huge. And today, our Titans are on sale for $17,900. Yes, that's $17,900. Tom Peacock Nissan. Houston's #1 Nissan dealer has over 200 Nissan Titans on sale today. Tom Peacock Nissan, I-45 North at Airtech.
Congratulations to Craig Biggio. Welcome to the club.
As we go to the top of the 7th, Astros leading 3-0. It's time now for our Dodge Texas Truck Stop feature. Here's Adam Everett on the all-time greatest Astro.
There's a couple of guys that have just pretty much turned this organization into what it is today, and you have to say Bagwell and Biggio. I think both of them are deserving. As you know, Bagwell's got some records that Biggio doesn't have. Biggio has records that Bagwell doesn't have. But I think, ultimately, I think it could be Lance.
That's ultimately. But he might be right.
Might be. Now everybody ready to go, and Mark McLemore on the mound for the 7th inning. 3-0 Astros. They've out-hit the Braves 7-2 with no errors in the game. And McLemore delivers strike 1 to Scott Foreman, who's 0-for-1 with a walk. Mark is 3-0 with a .397 ERA. It's no balls, 2 strikes. In that game Friday night, did not give up a hit in the Astros 7-2 loss to Atlanta. He pitched the 9th inning. 0-2. So the Astros will have to take a look at the left-handers in the bullpen and decide how that equation fits together for them next season. Do they want more than one lefty? How many lefties will be brought into camp? Who are they? A lot of questions for every major league club, but especially for the Astros after this season with 72 wins and 89 losses. And as Cecil Cooper told the media before the game today, I did not think I'd be sitting behind this manager's desk this year. Chop the shortstop, Chris Burke. 1 out.
Well, here's what we think we know. Lance Berkman will be the first baseman. Ty Wigington will be the third baseman. Hunter Pence will be somewhere in the outfield along with Carlos Lee. Roy Oswalt will be the opening day starter. That's about it.
That's about it. Brandon Jones is 0-for-2. Yeah, you're right. You can't go a whole lot further than that. Bouncer backhanded. Nope. Mike Lamb tried to backhand it, got by him and Craig Biggio into right field on a high chopper by Brandon Jones. Deflected off Mike's glove back to Craig's right. As he was falling, it got into right.
Mike trying to backhand that ball, and if he gets it, they would have had their man.
That's hit number 3 for the Braves.
Okay.
Now Clint Salmons in tight to him. 43,823 the paid attendance today. Another huge crowd. A couple hundred more than last night. It's a 22nd sellout of the year, and the Astros are over 3 million for the season in home attendance. Salmon's late on that one, and it's 1-1. This is a stadium record crowd, 43,823. Salmons fouls it, and it's 1-2. An early arriving crowd.
It's a nice parting gift from Craig to the Astros, because if he were not retiring today, maybe about a third of these folks would be here, I'm guessing.
We were trying to remember the last time a 4th place team came home to sellout crowds for the final 3 games of the season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans have been absolutely terrific again, and many of them perusing the schedule for next year, with the Yankees and the Red Sox coming here in June on weekend dates. Very attractive portions of the schedule. Line to left field, and that was headed for the big scoreboard wall, and kicks off that wall. Luke Scott has to play it. Runner held up, and now he goes to third, and it's a double for Clint Sammons. Brandon Jones had to hang up on that one, waiting to see if it would be caught or not. And there's the first major league double for Clint Sammons. Runners at second and third, and one out now.
This thing's kind of a funky hop right off of that line at the top of the scoreboard. A bar that runs across there to delineate the top of the scoreboard section there. It's kind of funky.
You remember that grand slam Damian Jackson hit here several years ago? That's what it did. It came down and hit that ledge, popped right up into the seats.
Now, if I were pitching and that happened to me, that's when I would have retired. I'm out of here.
Pete Orr looks at ball one. He can get some quirky bounces off that scoreboard wall. Orr single to right in the third. He's 1 for 2. Pitcher spot due up next. The Braves are ready to pinch hit for Royce Ring. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Did Felipe Paulino ever end his year on a high note?
He really did.
With all the distractions going on here today with Biggio Day and then the players coming out during the game. Not an easy day to pitch, and he pulled 6 shutout innings.
Giving up 2 singles. He walked 3 and fanned 3. Showed excellent poise. Good stuff. Got a double play ball in the second inning. And Cecil Cooper is paying a lot of attention to him. Rafael Soriano, back from his 2-game suspension, among the 2 warming up in the bullpen. The count goes to 1-2 on Pete Orr. This is the 4th time the Astros have drawn $3 million plus to Minute Maid Park. And a foul tip strikeout gets out number 2. Chris Woodward's coming up to pinch hit now for Royce Ring.
Toll sets up inside. McLemore misses his spot by a foot and a half. Or willing to expand his strike zone. It's Woodward pinch hitting for Ring. Ring went 2/3 of an inning, allowing no hits, no runs, with no walks or strikeouts. Woodward's a 200 hitter, 1 homer, 8 runs batted in. Joey Devine in 1/3 of an inning allowed 1 hit, no runs, with no walks, no strikeouts. Mark McLemore taking a little walk behind the hill, trying to keep this shutout going with a 3-0 lead, and facing Woodward now. Well, the Astros have to defend the city's honor today because the Texans are getting beat by the Atlanta Falcons. Houston versus Atlanta Day. What's that score? More than they can make up. 26-16, something like that. A couple minutes left. 1 ball, no strikes to Woodward, who's had 135 at bats. As a pinch hitter, he's 5 for 38 with a homer, and he's driven in 4. 26-16 it is. Foul back, and it's 1-1. These 2 teams will wind up the season against each other next year again. Astros will open in San Diego. That's a different twist. Yeah, that's a bummer. I'd rather save San Diego till July or August. Yes. It's 100 degrees here. 1-2. Florida 8, the Mets 1. They're in the 7th. That opening road trip, the Astros go to San Diego and then Chicago. So that's going to be kind of tough to pack for them. Oh, yeah. Go from 75 to 35. Foul back. Well, we got a snow out in Chicago this year. There's a distinct possibility of another one next year. That early scheduling. Cubs lost to Cincinnati 8-4 the final today.
The Phillies lead Washington 5-1. They've played 6 in Philadelphia.
Brewers have just tied San Diego, scoring 2 in the bottom of the 5th. They're still batting 4-4.
Nice. Woodward strikes out, and McLemore in the 7th inning puts up a 0, working out of 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, trouble. Craig Biggio headed for the dugout. He'll be batting 2nd in the bottom of the 7th inning with the Astros leading 3-0. Stay tuned after God Bless America for the Toyota Game Break with John Radigan.
We honor our great country with the singing of God Bless America.
Hi there, welcome into the FSN studios for one last Toyota Truck Game Break this season. I'm John Radigan, and it is a sad day at Minute Maid Park. The last day in the career of Craig Biggio, but not his last day in baseball, is it?
There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, just for the passion for the game that I have, and I just think the knowledge of just playing 3 different positions and all the different places I've hit in the order, I'd love to get back in the game, but it'll be when the time is right. And then, you know, if and when that comes, if somebody wants to have you, that'd be great.
I have to believe the Astros would love to hire him. Look at this guy, the only player in Major League history to have 600 doubles, 250 home runs, 3,000 hits, 400 stolen bases. What a career. Thank you, Craig Biggio, for all the memories. We'll see you after the game with Astros Live.
Nature provides countless examples where one species sees another as a threat to its very survival. Lion and zebra, mongoose, snake. Coexistence is possible, but elimination of the other would be preferred.
Toyota reliability, a natural selection for most of us. Toyota, the drive of your life.
Lease a new 08 Camry LE for $269 a month for 36 months with only $269 due.
De La Salle travels to Mission Viejo as 2 of the most storied programs in California square off. Join us for the Nike High School Football Game of the Week, tonight on FSN.
Houston Astros baseball on FSN Houston is brought to you by Whataburger and by Dodge. The Astros lead the Braves 3-0. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it'll be the top of the order for Houston. Craig Biggio on deck with Josh Anderson ready to lead it off. And the fans still enjoying that Deep in the Heart of Texas song that they sing at the 7th inning stretch here. A capacity crowd, being the biggest ever in the history of this ballpark, 43,823. And a wistful look on Craig Biggio's face as it could be his final at bat. Josh Anderson's 1 for 3. He opened the game for the Astros in the first with a single and went to third on a Biggio double. And both of them scored on a Carlos Lee 2-run single. Ron Mayhey's in the game as pitcher number 5. And he delivers up and in, ball 1 with Biggio on deck. Mayhey worked 2/3 of an inning last night, allowing 1 hit and no runs. Fly ball to center, Willie Harris. 1 out for Mayhey. And now this could be the final time he bats.
He's trying to hold it together.
Second baseman, number 7, Craig Biggio.
Bobby Cox.
Points out to Mayhay and says, okay, let's get it on. Just doing everything he can to try to control his emotions here to get through this at-bat.
Mayhay is backed off the mound, giving him a moment.
Yep, Mayhay's going to allow the fans to... Classy move by Mayhay.
Plate umpire Angel Hernandez out in front of the plate to buy some time. Umpires, opponents doing their part to give him a moment.
I bet you see a whole lot of fastballs too.
He doubled in the first, grounded out in the second, line to center in the fifth. -2-0. Two balls, one strike. Mike Lamb's on deck. Foul and out of play. Fans below us are just poised with cameras. In just about every row, somebody has a camera pointed toward home plate. A roller to the left side, and Chipper Jones looks to first to nip him by a half step. Mike Lamb is holding his position in the on-deck circle. Ron Mayhay has backed off the mound once again to allow the moment to happen. Probably the final swing of Craig Biggio. The way it looks, he's coming out of this game. Two outs, and it's Mike Lamb batting. Ball one to Lamb. Lamb coming to the end of his contract. Mike's hitting .290. He has 11 homers, 40 runs batted in. Good player for the Astros. Foul pop comes back, headed for free agency. We certainly wish him well. It'll be hard to replace Mike Lamb if he does not come back with the Astros.
Well, I suspect Mike will be looking for an everyday job somewhere. That would be his first priority, and then if that does not develop for him, he'll be looking at the best possible fit as a bench player, and who knows, it may be back here in Houston.
Line shot caught by Foreman at at first and a 1-2-3 7th for Mayhay. And it's 3-0 Astros after 7.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's new Cheesy Beefy Melt. To get seasoned beef, cool sour cream, melty, and even more glorious melty cheese, think outside the bun.
There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Wow, this Subaru Tribeca has a great interior.
Award-winning, actually. Backup camera. It handles better than our car. But then again, it does have all-wheel drive standard, 256 horsepower engine, top safety pick award, DVD player, third-row seats, and 4 cargo area tie-down hooks.
I love it when you talk car.
The all-new Tribeca, starting at just $29,995.
Lease the all-new 2008 Subaru Tribeca for only $319 per month.
Sure you don't want breakfast? Nah, I'm not hungry.
All right.
Here we go. That smells good. Dang it. I'll be right back.
I knew it.
Not hungry, huh? The honey butter chicken biscuit strikes again. A chicken strip on a biscuit with sweet honey butter sauce.
What a burger.
Just like you like it.
Contacto con los Astros. It's the show that reveals everything about the Astros geared to the Spanish-speaking fan. Join hosts Adrian Chavarria, Enrique Vasquez, and Alex Parra for Contacto con los Astros, presented by State Farm. Today on FSN Houston.
It's Houston 3, Atlanta nothing. Coors Light brings you our cold blast, showing you a Craig Biggio grand slam the day he announced his retirement. Only 17 players in the history of baseball have spent 20 or more years with the same team. Joining that illustrious fraternity. And now it's Brian Moeller coming out to pitch the 8th inning. We didn't know if Craig would go out to his position and then be called in. But he's staying on the field with Yunel Escobar leading it off in
Here
the
we go. Here comes Ransom now.
Now he's going to be coming out. He's shaking hands with the second base umpire, Ted Barrett. And this is it for Craig Biggio.
Players are filing out of the Astros dugout. I think Patty said it best when she said he's probably going to wear his uniform home. I don't think he's going to be able to tear it off of him.
As it always does, the game moves on. What a special career and something most people here probably will not witness again in their lifetimes. Some players playing his entire 20-year career with the Houston Astros. Yunel Escobar ready to bat. He is 0 for 3. And there's strike one.
Houston's Energizer Bunny. He just kept going and going and going. You saw him in the Dome when you were 9 years old. You saw him when you graduated high school. You went away to college. Maybe you got married, moved away, had kids of your own, came back home. Biggio's still playing. You brought your own kids out to the ballpark.
He's as much a constant in your life as the electric bill and the phone bill.
And it's big a nuisance to opposing pitchers.
Fly ball to right field by Escobar. Hunter Pence makes the catch. 1 out. So it ends with 3,060 hits. A nice round number. And 2,850 games. With 668 doubles. And it's way beyond the numbers. It's just the style of play. The intensity every single day.
And you think about what one trip to the disabled list his entire career, playing high-risk positions like catcher and second base. Similar to the Ripken story, so durable despite that headlong style of play.
Connor and Cavan alongside Dad in the Astros dugout one final time. And the great thing is he's not going anywhere. He's staying here in the community. Let's go to Patty Smith.
All right, thanks, guys. I am with Matt Galante. Now, we've been talking about Craig Biggio 20 years. Matt's been here 25 years, all of them with Craig Biggio. Craig has praised you so much for being his mentor. A very emotional day today, obviously. What are you feeling for him?
Well, it's an emotional day for all of us, all the fans, even that's worked with Craig. The good thing is we've shared the 20 great years. And the sad thing is that we've seen the end, and it's going to be sad to realize, we finally realized that Craig's not going to be on the field. But it's been a great run, and very emotional for all of us.
What do you think, knowing him as well as you do, what do you think he was feeling here in these last few minutes?
Craig was just excited about playing out here for the fans, and Craig has always expressed his feelings towards the fans, and obviously the fans have expressed their feelings back with the crowd we have here today in a game that really is not going to change the standings either way. And so the fans have given back to Craig what he's given them.
What are you most proud of from what Craig has done?
I guess I'm most proud of the fact that we were able to convince Craig that he needed to move out of the catching position. And the reasons we gave him were just to see what we saw here. 20 years. We were thinking he could play longer, and it's obviously prolonged his career. And that was a great thing for him. And I guess the next thing we're looking for is 5 years from now in the Hall of Fame.
How cool was it for you, having just said that, to have seen him last night to come out, and you talked earlier how proud you were of how he handled himself last night in the catcher's role? Oh,
he handled himself very well, and I was kind of surprised, and then I thought to myself, why should I be surprised? He's such a great athlete. And so he doesn't surprise me anything he does anymore. I mean, I've been with him too long to know that he can do a lot of things in this game.
All right, Matt Galante, thank you very much. Guys?
Chipper Jones just hit the ball to a falling down Josh Anderson. And he's 0 for 3 in this game with a walk. It's 3-0 Astros. Anderson falling and staying with it for the catch.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
That's right. Choose between 0% financing for well-qualified buyers or $3,500 total cash back on the all-new 07 Silverado half-ton crew cab.
See your Texas Chevy dealer.
This week on FSN Pro Football Preview, get the inside word on all of this week's biggest games. Friday.
Misty, you look fine.
Rocky, do I have to wear it?
Our customers have to know about our red tag sale.
Then they should listen to this.
Since 1987, Goodson Honda is #1 in sales, and it's red tag time. Buy new Accords for the price of Civics, and Odysseys are only $279 a month, and the '08 Accords are in stock now. For red tag savings, go Honda, go Goodson.
Nobody beats a Goodson deal. I'm Rocky McCullough, and you've got my word on it.
Shop 24/7 at GoodsonHonda.com.
Houston, the wait is over. The newly refined 2008 Cadillac CTS has arrived at McGinnis Cadillac. Come out and test drive the new '08 CTS, or give us a call and let our concierge service bring the CTS to you. And don't forget, it's year-end model closeout at McGinnis. And that means low clearance prices and huge savings on all '07 McGinnis Cadillacs in stock. And McGinnis Hummer has the all-new 2008 H3 for just $299 a month. McGinnis Cadillac Hummer, Katy Freeway at Derry Ashford, or at McGinnisCars.com.
Bottom of the 8th, Astros lead at 3-0. We want to congratulate Denise Docaire from Friendswood, Texas, just as dependable as a new Chevy Silverado. She was selected as our Chevy Most Dependable Fan Prize winner, and she receives 2 season tickets for next year for that grand prize. SN and Chevy would like to thank all of you who visited the Dependable Fan site and made Chevy's Most Dependable Fan such a popular promotion. Also, the Astros' next telecast, brought to you by Kung Pao Chicken at Panda Express. Well, we know it's next year. The next home game will be April 7th, but we know the club is apparently going to open on the road. We'll have it for you right here on FSN. Guys?
Thank you, Craig. Here's Luke Scott swinging at Jose Escaño's first pitch, and there's strike one here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-0 Astros. Ron Mayhay worked a hitless inning without a walk or a strikeout. Scott's up for the first time. Luke will play ball in Venezuela this winter. We'll get in a full winter season there, he says. No balls, 2 strikes. He's hitting .255, 18 homers, 64 runs batted in.
And last time he played in Venezuela, they wouldn't let him leave. He wanted to go home. He was doing so well. He was a favorite of Hugo Chavez, and all of a sudden he ended up talking to some of the generals.
Did he really?
Thought it'd be a good idea that he stuck around and play a little longer.
Ooh. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good thing he's not involved in a joint oil drilling venture there. 1-2 to Luke Scott. Hunter Pence on deck. And Chris Burks did a bad third. Tops that one foul, and it's still 1-2 with Escaño in as pitcher number 6 for the Braves.
Yeah, apparently he went down there and he was scheduled to come home sometime before Christmas. This is a 3 years ago maybe, and he was tearing it up, just really lighting it up, and playing for Magallanes, I guess it is, and that's where he's going back to. And Chavez is a big supporter of that club, and he really liked the work Luke was doing, so he had Luke, and I can't remember the teammate. They were going somewhere, and the next thing you know, they got sidetracked out to some big hangar, and all these generals and important people were there, and they really impressed upon him how important it was for him to stay and play. You know, they didn't threaten him, but they just kind of, well, he said it was a little intimidating, so he decided to stick around. He didn't play the whole season, but he did stick around for, I don't know, 2 or 3 more weeks.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Scott.
Obviously, the experience was good enough that he's going back, though. He said he loved it there. Absolutely loved playing down there.
Some good friends in that country. Florida continues to lead the Mets 8-1. It's the top of the 9th now. To left center, Willie Harris comes over. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Phillies are in front of Washington still 6-1 now in the top of the 8th inning. Ryan Howard hit his 47th home run.
So if that continues, the Mets will fall in line with the '64 Phillies with one of the all-time great September collapses.
That's true.
Ironic that the Phillies would be the beneficiary of that.
Very ironic.
First division win for the Phillies if they get it since '93.
Hunter Pence is 2 for 3 at RBI. There's ball 1. The Mets had a 7-game lead with 17 to go. San Diego now has fallen behind Milwaukee. The Brewers got 4 in the 5th to lead 6-4. Bottom of the 6th now. Escobar's out along the left field line, calling for this one. He gives way though. And behind him, Brandon Jones has out number 2. Our Energy to Take You Anywhere replays brought to you by Valero. 1,152 double plays involving Craig Biggio.
That's a whole lot of flipping firing.
That was in the second inning on a ball hit by Clint Sammons. And it's Chris Burke batting now, taking strike one. He bounced into a force play in the fifth inning. He has left an indelible mark on this franchise. You can see it all over this ballpark. You can see it on the faces of the people here today. Still no balls, 2 strikes to Chris Burke. Arizona nothing, Colorado nothing. Arizona does not have a hit through 5 innings against Ubaldo Jimenez. Biggio and Bagwell taking the Astros further than they had ever been with the help of a lot of fine teammates. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that will be the legacy of that era, the best era in Astros history. But then his era, 20 years of a 46-year club history, is a pretty substantial part of it. 2-2. And they went out on such different terms. Bagwell with a damaged shoulder. Bounced and backhanded by Escobar, who zips the throw to get Burke. And Biggio out the way he planned it. Injury-free. After 8, 3-0.
If you have acid reflux disease, you know about the burning pain of heartburn.
But there's something about acid reflux that I didn't know.
Over time, that acid churning up can wear away the lining of your esophagus.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
For many, just 1 prescription Nexium pill a day provides 24-hour heartburn relief and heals acid-related erosions in the esophagus. Nexium, the healing purple pill, is prescribed more than any other prescription acid reflux medication. And the majority of people with prescription coverage can get Nexium for less than $1 a day. Side effects of Nexium may include headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. Relieve the heartburn. Heal the damage. It's possible with the healing purple pill. If you're without prescription coverage and can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
It's one of the greatest rivalries in college football, and FSN Live has all the excitement leading up to this annual battle rolled into a 1-hour special. Go behind the scenes of the Texas and Oklahoma football programs as they prepare for one of the biggest sporting events of the year. We'll take a look back at the historical highlights from the past century, plus take a look ahead with the perspective and analysis you've come to expect from FSN. FSN Live, AT&T Red River Rivalry Preview on FSN Southwest.
It's 3-0 Houston. Patty Biggio enjoying a feature on the scoreboard as we check our Sonic Good replay, showing you the final double of Craig Biggio's hit and the final hit of his career. And this is the double in the first inning, getting Anderson to third base. That leaves him with 668 two-base hits and 3,060 hits. He hit in all 3 of these final games this weekend. And now with a 3-0 lead, the Astros call on Dave Borkowski. Brian Moeller working a hitless 8th inning. Borkowski is pitcher number 4 of the day, and he comes into a save situation facing Matt Diaz. Diaz 0 for 1, grounded out in the 6th inning. There's strike 1 for Dave Borkowski. With a 5-3 record, a 5.22 ERA.
Scoreless inning on Thursday. It's all about keeping the ball down for Borkowski.
Dave going for a save today. That's an unusual role for him in the 9th inning with a 3-run lead. Diaz fouls it back.
Yeah, he can go home this winter and tell all his buddies, yeah, they converted me to closer on the last day of the season.
It would be his first major league save if he gets it.
Take that to salary arbitration.
Matt Holliday is 0 for 1 for the Rockies. Rockies and Diamondbacks scoreless in the bottom of the 5th inning. A strikeout of Diaz accounts for out number 1 here in the 9th inning. Now Scott Thorman. Thorman 0 for 2 with a walk. Puts that one in the air, and Eric Bruntlett hustles over into foul ground. Reaching in, can't quite get it. Strike 1 on Thorman. Astros have pitched 5 shutouts this year. It's 0-2 as Borkowski hits one to the outside corner at 92 miles per hour. At the end of 6, it's Milwaukee 6, San Diego 4. Padres could be headed for a playoff for that wild card. Foreman strikes out, and Borkowski looking strong here in his final inning of the season.
Thorman goes way up to try to get that fastball. I'm swinging no matter what. Last day of the season. I see it. I'm hacking.
Now this crowd, which came to see number 7, has seen a shutout by the Astros pitching staff through 8 2/3, and the Braves have only 4 hits, 1 for extra bases. Strike for Borkowski. Paulino in line for win number 2. He went 6 innings of 2-hit shutout ball. McLemore pitched the 7th and Moeller the 8th. It's 0-2. And Borkowski could finish with a real flourish.
He's got all winter to rest. Might as well air it out now.
He's thrown 9 pitches. And 2 with Salmons on deck. The Mets are batting in the bottom of the 9th, trailing Florida 8-1. Phillies lead 6-1 over Washington at the end of 8. And a foul ball keeps Jones alive at 1-2.
The Jimenez kid's got a no-hitter going for the Rockies.
Yes, he does. That's going to be a very interesting game to watch. Arizona batting in the top of the 6th inning now. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Astros trying to get win number 73. They would be 73 and 89, which would be 1 game better than the 2000 season. Both these clubs, which have met several times in the playoffs, looking to do quite a bit better next season. The Astros will have to do so without their second baseman. told Jeff Bagwell would be here today. We haven't seen him. He normally likes to sneak in and out of town for big moments like this, but you figured he would be here. Struck out the side. Dave Borkowski with his first major league save in Craig Biggio's final game. A 3-0 final, and Biggio with a first inning double goes out on a 1-for-4 today, scoring a run and ending a marvelous 20-year career.
Walk out to shake hands after a W for the last time as a player. Would not be surprised to see him down the road wearing that uniform. Another roll. Oh my goodness, the fireworks are going off.
That's the special salute.
Man.
We haven't heard one quite that loud and that long for a while. Handshakes all around. Jackie Moore will return as the bench coach next year. He got to see Biggio's final September. And in the September of his career, it has been such a great time for these fans to be able to come out and see him in his final 3 games at home. The schedule maker complied, and his career wound up in storybook fashion.
There's so many big moments this year. The 5-hit game when he got 3,000, the Grand Slam when he announced his retirement. So we knew he was going to have a good weekend. First at bat today, that double into the left field corner, as we've seen so many times. Well orchestrated too by Cecil Cooper or whoever decided to handle this game the way they did, with the players leaving the field throughout the day.
That was such a nice touch. A lot of these guys, of course, will not be teammates next year, and Biggio won't be a teammate of any of them. So this, for many of them, will be their final chance. Others will see him in Houston or somewhere down the road, but you never know.
I imagine running through his head today, you know, going back to last night, you know, this is going to be the last time I do this, last time I put this uniform on, last time I get my bats ready to go and slap on the pine tar, lace up the spikes.
He was on 6 different playoff teams in his career. And the media engulfing him now on the field for this final farewell to the fans here at Minute Maid Park.
You know, that interview I did with him the other day, and I asked him about spring training, and he said, no, I won't miss spring training. Well, he's wrong. That's when it really hits a player, is when everybody else is heading to Florida and Arizona and you're sitting at home. That is a very strange feeling. And for a guy that's played as long as he has, that'll be certainly a hurdle he's going to have to get over. I was impressed the way he was holding it together that last at bat, because I thought he was going to lose it.
Now he'll be staying on the field for an interview with our Patty Smith on the postgame show. And a chance to hear his thoughts about this very emotional day. And even though it's been planned for months, still going through it. That's the challenge. And Patty's ready with Craig right now. Patty?
Craig, can you even at this point begin to describe how you feel right now?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, today is just packed full of emotions, and it's been hard. I mean, I knew that the fans were going to make it hard. You know, like I said earlier, I mean, the reason why I played the game hard is because they expected me to. And I love them, and 20 years here, and they accepted me here in the state of Texas. I'm just proud to be able to wear the uniform. And obviously today, it's hard. I mean, my last at bat, I just didn't want to strike out. But, I mean, they've been great to me, and I'm kind of speechless right now.
You looked like you were very much struggling to keep it together at that last at-bat. Can you take us through walking up there and how the Braves respected you and just what the whole thing was?
Started in the dugout, I mean, in the on-deck circle. I mean, I know it's coming, this is it. And, it's like, this is your last at-bat you're going to have of your life. And this is all I know, this is all I've ever done. And it's just something that was hard. I'm trying to sit there and not be balling too bad and still trying to get a swing on him. And, you know, he stepped out, he's classy. Bobby Cox obviously gets the Braves, a classy organization. You know, and our fans, I mean, it was hard. Tripper tried to play it into a hit for me. I'm too slow to get there anymore. And, but I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss this.
You did so many things for the last time today. What was probably the most difficult thing you've done, or have you not quite done it yet?
I don't think it's happened yet. I haven't taken it off. So it's going to be pretty hard.
Well, I talked to Patty earlier in about the 6th inning, and she said she thought that you would probably go to bed with it on, and she may have to peel it off you tomorrow.
I don't know about that. I mean, it'd be a little nasty all night long, but it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little hard to take it off. And, you know, just because I know it's not going to go back on again. But, you know, I saw Baggy inside. I mean, you know, he and I have been through so much here together, and to be able to, I mean, he's proud, I'm proud. We've accomplished a lot. Look at our fans here. I mean, our fans, 3 million fans, and we're 15, 20 games under 500. I mean, that tells you how much where we've come from and where we're at right now and the expectation. So it's a great feeling as a player.
Patty also told us that she has probably a 20-year list of honeydews for you that starts tomorrow. So on the flip side of things, there is a positive thing to look at. You've got a lot of good family things coming up ahead of you.
Well, it's like I tell my kids, it's time. Time is right. I was telling Connor at the end, and there's no time to, you know, we don't have to be separated anymore. There's no reason for it. It's time for me to be back in their lives, and I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I really just, you know, I've missed them for so long. I've been very lucky to play this game, but I've missed out on their lives, and I'm so excited to get back into their life and really be part of it.
All right, I had a little kid up in the Crawford boxes that gave me this letter to give to you. I want to read the first sentence. Dear Craig, please don't leave us. You're the most important guy in the lineup. Without you, the Astros are not complete, but everyone understands. Go spend time with your family. Me, my sister, and all the other fans will miss you, and that's at least 1 million. And I think there's still about 1 million people here standing here for you, so give them one last final goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, they've been great. I mean, what do you say? I mean, I pinched myself. It's crazy. I love them. I love them to die. It's been a great ride.
All right, on behalf of us at Fox Sports Net and all the media, it's been an honor, and we're going to miss you.
I appreciate it, Patty. Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Nice to hear his thoughts. Fresh off the field, and these fans do not want to leave. We'll be back, and they'll still be here in just a moment.
Not all the energy for our fuel comes from oil in the ground. A lot of it comes from our people, who year in and year out put so much of their energy into everything they do. So you can be sure that when you put Valero gas into your tank, you're going to get a lot out of it. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
Quality Tough Shed Sundance Series buildings are now available at the Home Depot. Tough Shed does it all, from helping you design your storage building to installing it where you want. Just call, click, or visit to order your Sundance Series building today. Right now, get a free gift card worth up to $500 with purchase of select installed Tough Shed buildings, plus 6 months, no payments, no interest financing with your Home Depot consumer credit card. Legendary Tough Shed buildings, plus the convenience of the Home Depot.
The Tough Shed Sundance Series, available exclusively at the Home Depot.
How much are you willing to pay for happiness? At KiaMatch.com, we can help you find a life partner through our compatibility program. It's so easy. It's got everyone talking.
They matched me with a great deal on the fuel-efficient Kia Spectra, complete with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program, and we've never been happier.
How lucky is that guy? So log on to KiaMatch.com and start getting happy.
Find your match at KiaMatch.com or visit your Houston Kia retailers.
sure you don't want breakfast?
Nah, I'm not hungry.
All right.
Here we go.
That smells good. Dang it. I'll be right back.
I knew it.
Not hungry, huh? The honey butter chicken biscuit strikes again. A chicken strip on a biscuit with sweet honey butter sauce.
What a burger.
Just like you like it.
Toyota is new to NASCAR in 2007. Toyota Tundra is also new for 2007. Totally redesigned with an available 381 horsepower V8 engine. See it, drive it. And for the most complete NASCAR experience in the Southwest, log on to mysouthwestracing.com. While you're there, click on the Register to Win link and enter for your chance to win a new 2007 Toyota Tundra. Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Houston Astros baseball on FSN Houston is brought to you by Subaru and by your Texas Ford dealers. Craig Biggio is doing a victory lap around Minute Maid Park to try to get to as many fans as he possibly can.
His legs will hold out after all the emotions of the day. He will be exhausted tonight for all that he has gone through emotionally, but this is a nice touch. Chance for Days to say thank you to the fans and for them to return the favor.
Leaning over the Nine Amigos restaurant there, he doffs his cap to them. Can't get up that high to shake their hands. And he wants to make sure he acknowledges every single person if he can before leaving the field for the last time. Photographers are flocking down the left field line now to catch the last part of this victory lap. There was a fan favorite, you're looking at him. Secretary Barry Waters. One final time up the tunnel into the clubhouse.
It's been an honor. Thanks, buddy.
Jim Summers, the video coordinator.
You know it.
The Houston Astros want you to become a 2008 season ticket holder today. As a season ticket holder, you will receive many great benefits, such as priority on purchasing the same seats for postseason games, ability to exchange unused tickets, resale of unused tickets, 15% merchandise discount at the shed, and much more. To get your 2008 season tickets, visit Astros.com or call 1-800-ASTROS-2 today. Quite a day here at Minute Maid Park. Our Gatorade player of the game, well,
I got to guess.
Let's see.
He could have got 0 for 5 with 5 punch-outs. It's not about today. It's about 20 years of outstanding performance, but he did have a good day. His final game, his first at-bat, a double into the left field corner. Came around to score, turned to double play.
1 for 4.
Managed to hold it in check in that final at-bat.
Final score, the Astros 3 and the Braves nothing, as the Astros wind up 73-89 for the season. Stay right here. The Astros live postgame show is just ahead with interviews and highlights. You'll hear comments from Cecil Cooper as well, all up next here on FSN Houston.
What do you think of Mike Wallace and the Geico Chevrolet?
Whatever. He's out there selling car insurance. I'm out there to win.
Isn't he your cousin?
I didn't say I wouldn't go fishing with the man. All I'm saying is, he comes near me, I'll put him in the wall.
Well, you don't race in the Busch Series.
Listen, go-kart track, grocery store, those remote-controlled boats. When it comes to Mike Wallace, story ends with me putting him in the wall.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I love jumbo popcorn chicken.
I know, me too. I really like the creamy chipotle.
You know what I miss? Just a little bit, having the whole chicken. At the end, you get the wishbone.
What would you wish for if you had a wishbone and, you won?
Little pieces of boneless chicken with a spicy dipping sauce or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's the realm of wishes.
Yeah.
Wish and wish.
Jumbo popcorn chicken. Now at Sonic. Portable all-white meat chicken with our new creamy chipotle sauce or any of our other great sauces. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
A shift has been made. Now power isn't sacrificed to achieve fuel efficiency. And cars that perform great on the road also perform great at the pump. Introducing the 36-mile-per-gallon Nissan Versa, 36-mile-per-gallon Sentra, 35-mile-per-gallon Altima. 3 powerful Nissan sedans with 35 miles per gallon or higher. Lease the 2007 Nissan Sentra for $159 per month. Now, when you think power and fuel efficiency, think Nissan.
Even a full-size luxury SUV, designed to embrace the driver, should be a statement in refined amenities, optional seating for 8, and technology for everyone. The new QX56. Exclusively with XM satellite radio with XM nav traffic and a complimentary 3-year subscription for both from Infinity.
That's good.
That's good. That is pretty far down there.
Yeah, that's pretty long. It's pretty long.
Yeah, you need
Your
an
arm's
extra
going
piece
to get tired.
of PVC pipe.
If your arm gets tired, let us know.
Yeah, we'll hold it for you. You want me to hold it?
If you want it. The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Okay, we're probably on the air right now.
I
would
think
imagine.
Contacto con los Astros. It's the show that reveals everything about the Astros geared to the Spanish-speaking fan. Join hosts Adrian Chavarria, Enrique Vasquez, and Alex Parra for Contacto con los Astros, presented by State Farm. Today on FSN Houston.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it. The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
That's right. Choose between 0% financing for well-qualified buyers or $3,500 total cash back on the all-new 07 Silverado half-ton crew cab.
See your Texas Chevy dealer.
If you have acid reflux disease, you know about the burning pain of heartburn.
But there's something about acid reflux that I didn't know.
Over time, that acid churning up can wear away the lining of your esophagus.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
For many, just one prescription Nexium pill a day provides 20...
Final day it was for the Astros season, and of course, Craig Biggio's career. The Astros win the game 3-0, and this is the way it ended as Craig Biggio, after making the victory lap that you saw just moments ago here on FSN, one final time, taking a look around Minute Maid Park, soaking it all in, taking in whatever memories he can, and he'll imagine about right now taking that uniform off for the very final time. Kevin Essenfeller alongside Greg Lucas, and we welcome you to Landry's Crawford Boxes, and welcome to Astros Live. I don't think today could have played out any better than the way it did. The way Coop was able to get players in and get players out. And, of course, Biggio getting the at-bat in the 7th inning, and then you pull him in the 8th.
No, and, of course, the fans are still here, as you can tell, including our guy down there. He's got his Biggio sign and all the fans out in front. No, it couldn't have been any better, really. Well, maybe as Bidge points out, Chipper had been even slower on that last ground ball and ended with a base hit, but that's about all.
And you called George Brett's final hit. You know, who was it?
It was Manny Lee, shortstop for the Rangers. He really alligator armed it.
He pulled up, and you know, Chipper Jones, he did, but then reactions took over, and anyway, it ended up being a 5-3 on his final final at-bat of his career. But of course, he started this game with double number 660, so that was certainly a good way to get things started for him.
Well, his career finishes with some very, very impressive statistics. You know, we've talked about him all year, but it started pretty well, too. Not as a hitter, but he threw out the first guy that ever stole against him, and his arm was never his strong point.
Yeah, Jose Uribe, the first man, and that was way back in 1988. And I'm guessing if that's not the game, that's certainly right there in the proximity of when he was catching Jim DeShays, because that was the first pitcher he ever caught in the big leagues. And then today, his last game, 1 for 4 with that double and a run scored. Of course, he caught last night's game, but he's going to finish up with some unbelievable numbers. When you start talking about look at the people that he is around, when you look at the all-time hit list, number 19, is it on the all-time hit list, or 20 on the all-time hit list, I beg your pardon. Cap Anson, number 19, but 3,060 hits, the doubles. No one's had more than him in the double department as far as the right-handed hitter in the history of the game.
Right. If he had to have a final hit, even though it wasn't his last at bat, the fact it was a double was fitting.
And in this ball game, kudos to the Astros, the organization, and the people here at Minute Maid Park. And I don't know if you can separate the two, but the fact is that the way they were able to play the little vignettes in between innings, the tributes from the fans, the tributes from the players, the tributes from his own children. It was really, it's one of those deals where you're a situation where we all know it is what it is, but the fact of the matter is they were playing in a game today that really didn't mean anything except for the fact that a city is captivated and wanted to come out and pay tribute. And if you take a look at one number, that'll tell you, and that was 43,000 plus. Largest crowd to see a regular season game here at Minute Maid Park, and they came out today.
Actually, now, don't get me wrong here, it actually was a good thing the Astros were not in the pennant race for these final 3 games, because that gave the full focus to Bidge. The fans were able to honor a guy that's been here for 20 years, and next year they'll get back in the pennant race.
Yeah, you wonder if things didn't play out just perfectly, or for that reason. 43,823, and time for us to join 2 of the gentlemen that were here today, and the ones that had the privilege of calling this one, Bill Brown and Jim DeShays. Guys?
And Kevin, to take a step away from the field and everything he's done there, because we've talked about it all day long, I think a lot of times, JD, as you well know, a player who has spent as much time in the game as Craig and who has the financial wherewithal would just take a long, lengthy vacation, get away from the game, and then maybe eventually decide to come back to it. And the